Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome into round number 9 of the 2020 MotoOption Supercross Series.
Chitty Bang!
All right, 250 main event. We're about to have a first-time winner tonight, folks, here in Atlanta. Who is it going to be? Let's find out right now.
People should be raising their glasses, blow crazy, celebrating the madness. I never thought I would deliver no classics. Then I hooked up with them and then delivered
Copeland, whole shot on the
I've been
35.
keeping it true. Hotel good, long as I can people review. Like, damn, how high are we? You gotta gamble in this life, Charles Ball. I'm overprotected, do the dopest of methods. Now my vocal perfected. This is audio reference. Yes.
Oh,
I know they hating on us, but mind your manners.
White flag coming out here in Atlanta. Leitzel's a little short on that table. 1 lap to go. Logan Leitzel trying to hold off the charge from Dylan Copeland with 1 to go. Logan Leitzel looking for his first win of the season, and he's going to get it. The number 18 of Logan Leitzel wins in Atlanta. Copeland comes across in second. 450 main event time here in Atlanta, folks. Round 9 of the series is set to go.
I arrive will lie. Black-eyed I am. I surprise will lie. And I can't rely on another guy.
Matt Suzuki out front. We got Wilcox right there in second.
I'm living in the moment. Why won't you go and own it? And we don't got the spirits. At least we could corona it. Or the sake, homie. I'll be sipping tight, cool. And you get the wrong number if I don't like you. Say I'm the man, tell me why I gotta lie to anybody. I'm the best, girl, let me advise you. Why? Because I'm feeling
Close out, yeah, Braden Carter. Braden Carter is down. He's off the bike. Devin Davis just went by. That puts Chapman back out front here in Atlanta.
I know they hating on us, but mind your manners.
We have a change to lead. It's Siebel now from Gebhardt. So now suddenly Chapman, who was in a really good position. Chapman down the inside, gets into Haley, bumps him out of the way, and here comes Colton Mitchell tripling over top of him. He's going to make the move. Walter Gebhardt right in front of them on the 5. White flag is waving. Back from missing the main last week, and Jeremy Siebel wins in Atlanta. I believe it's his 3rd win of the season. Walter Gebhardt looks like he is going to hold on for second here as long as he gets through these last couple corners. And Colton Mitchell going to round out the podium. Welcome, everybody, to round number 10 of the 2020 MotoOption Supercross Championship and MX Simulator, live here on Star Systems TV. My name is Kellen Brauer. Alongside me, as always, Andrew Wood, and we're here to bring you guys all the action from Daytona, the world center of racing, almost the midpoint of the season, just past the halfway point, A-Wood. Really excited to bring you guys action night here in Daytona.
Yeah, the series starts here. I mean, what more?
Series starts in Daytona.
Most of our point series are really close or tied, so it's almost true this year, just like real life. So pretty pumped for the racing tonight. It's a long track, and it's going to be interesting.
As A-Wood mentioned, our series are very close, and the reason for that is actually a huge shakeup in the 450 championship this week. We'll go ahead and pull it up on screen right now. Rush Chapman has been banned indefinitely from the series, your points leader in the 450 class. Here's what a statement from RaceFactorGaming.com had to say about it. At round 9 of the 2020 MotoOption European Supercross Series, Rush Chapman cut across the track on the last lap to take out Walter Gebhardt. Once he continued from the incident, he hit Roy Mitchell upon track reentry. Since the incident has happened, Chapman has publicly stated multiple times that he does not care that he hit Gebhardt and is only concerned with racing the North American Series. However, Race Factory takes our European Championship Series just as seriously as our North American Series. Chapman has shown us that he has learned nothing from being banned over a year. He was given a second chance this year with racing on a strict provisional license at Anaheim 1 this year. Chapman deliberately took out a lap with no intention of racing. Instead of putting Chapman back on a banned status, we decided to give him his final warning. At round 2 of the 2020 MotoOption European Supercross Series, Chapman, along with others, were found to be fixing the race to allow another specific racer to win. Chapman, along with the others involved, were all given a warning for the incident. It is now clear to us that Chapman does not belong in racing our series, and he will receive an indefinite ban from competing in Race Factory races. Reached out today to both parties, and Jeremy Cohen, our president of Race Factory Gaming, said, "We don't have a timeline in mind for Rush. He has showed us he's learned nothing from his ban, so until he can show us otherwise, who remained indefinitely banned. And we reached out to Russ Chapman for comment, but he does not have a comment on the matter at this time. So definitely huge news here, Andrew Wood, about this 450 championship suddenly wide open.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy to see. I mean, for someone that was out of the series for so long, had a second chance that not many guys get, to come in and just kind of, even though it's our European championship, it gives other people around the world a chance to kind of partake in the races that we commentate here on tonight. So it's a little disappointing to see that they've been not treating it kind of on the same level as this. Yeah. And that indefinite ban means, hey, until we say you're good to go again, it's not really permanent. But in this case, I think it will be. And I kind of think it should be. It sucks to see that he's won a race this year. He was leading points by a lot.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the points right now in the 450 standings. That is now Russ Chapman out of this championship. He was the leader
32 points.
By 32 points over Jeremy Siebold, who won last week in Atlanta. Now we have a really close points battle at the top of the tables here, though. We have Siebold on 165, Mitchell on 163, your defending champion Jack Haley on 158. Completely wide open in this 450 championship now.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. It seemed like Rush was kind of going to walk away with it after last week leaving the race. He had such a huge points lead, and he went and had to ruin it midweek for himself. But yeah, we're separated by 7 points between the top three guys. It's going to be super interesting. And I know Jack Haley had a really slow start to his season, our defending points champion in this series. So he's kind of going to use it as a push. Even Gebhardt maybe might not be out of it with, we've seen some guys losing it. So it might revitalize some of these guys and give them another chance to make a shot at this title.
And in our 250 division, obviously very close as well after defending champion Isaiah Dickerson missing the main event last week. Round 2 winner Colby Eaglin also missed the main event. That allowed Dylan Copeland to take over the points lead. Logan Leitzel took the victory last week. Completely blown open in this 250 East region as well.
Yeah, 250 East is so close. I know we're only about 3 rounds into this, but Dylan Copeland, it's surprising to see him so far up there, and it's awesome. That's my boy up there leading the points, so it's good. It just looks good.
I knew you'd be excited about it.
I'm pretty excited. But the other guys, they're no slouches, but anything can happen with Dickerson missing the main. But the other guy's so close. But I think D-Cope, he's so consistent, and maybe he doesn't have the balls out speed where he's just going to crush it every weekend. But I mean, I think he'll be up there, and he'll be podium the top 5 guy every weekend. So these other guys really have to put in some good performances to try to regain this lead. And tonight's going to be interesting. I think D-Cope likes Daytona, but this track is very, very difficult, and I know we'll probably get into a lap here to kind of check this out.
Yeah, we'll go ahead. I think, am I frozen or something? Oh, my keyboard maybe has disconnected. Is that my keyboard disconnected? Well, there we go. Haywood, I think you're going to go around and try to fix that real quick, but we're taking a look at the racetrack here. Obviously a very unique Daytona. Yeah, that red line going into the back there, is it connected? All right. But very unique Daytona this year because it's not as supercrossy as it's been in the past. Kind of more, I would say, like standard old Daytona, more or less. I really don't know how to call it in this situation, but we'll go ahead. We'll take a quick lap of the track here and show you guys as Haywood sits back down next to me. But they're going to start and go into this really interesting 180-degree turn that is quickly followed by another 180-degree turn back onto the start. And then maybe, Haywood, you want to talk us through the rest from here?
Yeah, so this track's going to be really difficult. These whoops right here, I was going to say I'll be surprised if you make it through that. A short set of whoops into a wall, and then another short set of whoops for the finish line. Nice little sandy finish line, pretty big. We'll see some style off that. And then we got some sand rollers kind of coming in. You might see some guys doubling to that middle rut or doubling to the outside. A lot of switchbacks, very Daytona-esque, these first couple corners here. I feel like are very familiar, but this is some deep sand right here, and a couple different options. I feel like we'll be seeing more middle and outside lines. A lot of the inside lines aren't very useful on this track. Another big triple coming into, so this is going to be really important, this long high-speed whoop section. And the whoops tonight are
peaky.
Absolutely not, I would say they're bad for me, but they are so difficult. They're going to be so hard for these guys. Another 3 lines. There are kind of 3 main ruts in every corner. We got a wall jump here into a rhythm section. So you might see people rolling that, going triple. We might see some people jump in the walls here tonight. This section, probably look for more outside lines from some of these guys. Kellen's going to take them around the inside, slaying those ruts. Going to come out of a gator put, do an on-off. This is triple or quadable. And then off double. This wall is sick for scrubs. And then we're going to see some moguls here coming into another tight switchback section with some ruts. This is interesting right here. So we have an inside roll option or an outside double off the wall. So if you go inside roll, you're going to go double there into these rollers. Another gator pit, and then a sick launch into some more whoops coming back on the start straight. And that's a lap. And I was able to rode the track a little bit just to test it out, before I came here. So I kind of knew what I was talking about. Just about 140-ish. I think we might see guys down 135. We'll have to check qualifying, but hey, that 152 wasn't bad for you. That was pretty solid.
I know, I'm usually
I wasn't
trash.
expecting that. Man, they're long lap times, so one thing that's going to be interesting is there's a lot of a road on this track. It's going to get pretty deep and pretty bumpy, but I think some of the ruts are going to develop to end up being faster here tonight as the ruts get built up. Some of the braking bumps and stuff getting into the corner get a little bit more mainline in them. But I would watch out for some kind of crazy lines. People sending these walls. The first couple set of whoops is pretty interesting, but I think we're going to see a lot of crashes here tonight as well. And the long lap times, they're going to lead to... There's that triple.
I just can't get over it, man.
That's so hard on the 250. Long lap times means less laps with the new time format, so it's going to be really interesting to see. We might see 3 or 4 lap heat races, which aren't the norm at all. But yeah, I mean, you guys, it's going to be some high-speed racing. There's going to be some sick battles here tonight, and I think there's going to be a lot of position changes with people fighting the track more so than a normal Supercross race. So I'm really excited.
Let me see if I can bust out your double line.
That one's also giant on a 250. I struggle with that. But so that one, you're going to triple across this corner then, and then double into the gator pit. And then some people probably be launching 1 whoop in, maybe 2 whoops in there. It kind of leads for a nice little triple or quad into the corner. This one, people might be jumping in, trying to jump these whoops.
Jump it,
do a
Marvin
little
action.
jump line like you. Some people might be launching that wall into these whoops. There's going to be a lot of crazy stuff here tonight where someone's going to try to pull out a big line, and it might work, and it might kill them. So...
Well, there's a couple laps here on Daytona for you guys tonight. I think I'm not sure what exactly we're still waiting. Oh, there we go. 250 East Supercross heat number 1 coming up right now. So these East boys getting set to go and underway. Again, round number 10 of the 2020 MotoOption SX Series live here on SYS TV. Daytona. Going to be a good night of racing. Can't wait to bring it all to you guys. 250 East heat number 1. Going to be 20 riders going for 6 minutes plus a lap, and the top 9 transferring to the main events. All of the runners headed to the last chance qualifiers. And then we'll have a second 250 heat after that, which is the same exact format, and then 2 450 heats right after that, which, once again, same format, top 9 transfer. Everybody else goes to the LCQ. We'll have 2 5-minute plus 1 lap LCQs with 4 riders going through that into the main event to make up our 22-rider 15-minute plus 1 lap main event in the 250 East class, and then our 22-rider 20-minute plus 1 lap main event in the 450 class here tonight. And like you were saying, Haywood, it's going to be, because of these longer lap times, we're probably actually going to do a lot less total laps tonight. So it's actually going to be interesting to see if the track doesn't break down as brutal as we've seen some of the other shorter lap time tracks this year.
Yeah, I've seen, I think with some of the sandy sections, you'll see it rode a lot, but maybe some of the kind of clay sections will hold up the normal dirt. It's going to be interesting, though. I saw the lap times were so long, and I was like, can we just please go back to laps? It would be probably a 5-hour night for us.
Oh, it'd be a long night.
But it would be so cool, just like national motos on here, because those would be some 35-minute motos.
It would, yeah. I mean, it absolutely would be like a 30-minute plus 1 lap main event if we did a 20-lap main here tonight. That That would be insane. That would be old school Daytona for sure if they're trying to do that.
It would be cool, but I think the track's going to be pretty interesting. Daytona switchbacks, you got a lot of ruts and a lot of different options. I think we'll see some passing opportunities, people charging some outside ruts while some people try to slow down for the insides. There's so many 180s on this track. There's 4, 5, 6 all just on the right side of the finish line alone, when that's
Right.
about the amount we have on a normal Supercross. So yeah, about 9 total 180 corners, not counting the first turn, but it's gonna be crazy.
I was gonna say, I feel like it's gonna be interesting in those switchbacks. You're talking about outside lines maybe being preferred options. We might see guys just dive bomb inside ruts to try to block off the line for someone that's utilizing those outsides, like you said, and it's gonna create a lot of opportunities for passing.
Yeah, I think some of the insides are almost, they're built like in weird spots. They're either too early in the corner or too late, like they don't hook right. But the inside to outsides, definitely, I think we're going to see a lot of what you just talked about, because you're cutting off still about half the corner there, and people might even try to make some passes on the outside and think they're going to make it around and get cleaned out from the guy they were trying to pass on the inside. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be neat to see some of the 250 guys struggling with that triple section, see what they do. But hey, let's get racing here. It's gonna be a good night.
That's right, folks. It's time to get our first gate drop of the way underway here tonight at Daytona. We're gonna have this 250 EC number 1, and we also have our points leader Dylan Copeland on that 35 machine down the inside. Colby Eaglin on the far inside. Let's see if we can take a look at. Let's take a look at Logan Leitzel, last week's winner on the 18. Mad Cape Suzuki down the inside. 30 board is sideways. We're set to go races. Daytona Supercross time.
And Leitzel and Dylan Copeland both have great jumps here. They're probably going to be leaving this corner 1-2. D-Cope charges around the outside, going to try to drift around, and Leitzel holds on, hugging the bales, but these guys are close.
Leitzel gets that whole shot. We got someone coming off the gate late there. Maybe they got that 15-second penalty on the gate, but down through the first section they go. It is Leitzel into the whoops first with Copeland there on his left side, and Eaglin coming up on the right side on that 24. Those whoops look brutal already as they hit the finish line jump. First lap underway here in Daytona.
Yeah, they're going to be really tricky, especially with that wall being kind of in between them. You see Dylan electing to go inside there, then going to go outside here, and he's going to get the pass made on him by Colby Eaglin, who's going to move up into the second place spot. Colby looks feisty right now. He looks like he's got a little bit more speed. See these guys both going for that outside line, but I'm going to look for Eaglin to try to make a pass early on here in the lead lap.
Of course, Eaglin, our winner at the Triple Crown at Arlington a couple weeks ago, and then missing the main event with his teammate Isaiah Dickerson last week, now really wanting to get back established in this championship as Copeland goes up and over the bars on the wall jump. Meanwhile, that is Eaglin going around the outside of Leitzel to take over the lead. Is he going to get this triple in? Yes, he will. Leitzel having to defend off on the outside. We have Hollenbeck now moves up into third. Tyson Craig into fourth. Seth Garrett's up here. Trevor Burns. And Copeland drops back to about seventh with a host of riders coming up behind him. Oh, he's going to get passed by Ethan Gurst here as well.
Hey, Gurst definitely just charged down the inside here. Ooh, D-Cope gets into the back
Copeland
of another rider
again.
there.
And this is going to cost him a lot more time. He's now falling well out of transfer spot here early and actually gets a little bit of a boot there from, I think that's Nate Tunnell. Yeah, Tunnell getting put back on the ground. So Copeland has to go to work now, 16th spot.
Yeah, he's got a lot of track to make it up, though. A lot of these guys not setting the wall. I thought they would be jumping a little bit further, but maybe we'll see that in the 450 class. D-Cope just had a little trouble on the wall, setting back, and then kind of got caught up in those braking bumps, trying to get on the brakes, trying to come up for a pass there. But so he's definitely going to have a lot of work to do. But Colby Eaglin, who was up front, really surprised me with his whoop speed. In both sets of whoops, he definitely had a lot more speed than the other guys, and they're very tricky whoops, so we'll see if he can kind of keep that up throughout the night.
Yeah, so Eaglin, a couple of swapped lines there after the finish line jump, and again, they're going back and forth with lines. Nothing really funneling into the same here. Eaglin going middle rut there and still nailing the triple out of the corner there. Man, these whoops are just so tall and big, but these guys skim right over the top of them, no problem. Eaglin from Leitzel, they have a big gap going on Tiger Designs rider Garrett Hollenbeck here with Tyson Craig right behind him. Ethan Gurst is in fifth. Trevor Burns is in sixth as they all come through the whoops as well.
Yeah, those KTM teammates right up in front of Trevor Burns have really been surprising me the last couple of weeks. They're definitely moving up kind of from where they thought they were going to be. As we see Trevor Burns push that rut there, but Trevor gave us a sweet backflip last week on the stream, so that was some good entertainment there. And He's throwing down mid-rhythm. Probably.
Oh, he OJs and goes off the bike there. Cooper Hunt's going to go on by. Peter Leicht is going to also make the move. Seth Garrett down the inside. John Heilman's trying to go around the outside. Oh, but he's going to get squeezed off as Burns gets back going. And we see Copeland on the 35 also mixed in this group. I think Burns now just outside of transfer. No, he's actually the final transfer spot right now in 9th.
Yeah, so Burns on the bubble here, but he's got a host of guys behind him that definitely want to make up some ground and make a pass on him. You still got Dylan Copeland lurking about 4 spots back from him there. But these guys, there's so much tricky stuff. We see a rider down in the back.
Yeah, we got some chaos going on back there. Where is Copeland now? Copeland has lost even more ground. He's on the off-camber jump here. Are we going to have 2 weeks in a row where the points leader isn't going to the main event? That would be insane.
Yeah, I mean, definitely straight out of the heat's a possibility, but I wonder if he just needs to take a deep breath and get it settled here. But on the Supercross suspension, you see how much those little whoops and the moguls and stuff are having effects on these guys. He's just got to pull it together on consistency, because you see guys down everywhere, and try to make up ground that way instead of pushing too hard and riding over his head.
So Copeland's going to check in this time by, I believe he is down in the 14th spot. We'll see him scroll across the top of the screen here in just a second. Actually, he is going to move into 14th spot, or 13th spot, yeah, I should say, as Julian Bomer was down. I didn't see Ethan Parks, who was supposed to be ahead of him. He is now out of this, but man, Copeland's actually got to get going to get after Hockey and Dylan Burrell. Cooper Hunt all up here. Actually, Cooper Hunt just down in the whoops. But, oh man, someone going over there? No, Burrell. And Heilman, I believe, is the final transfer spot right now. He's still right behind Trevor Burns in the rhythm lane here.
Trevor Burns got good style. I like that. Good job. I'm proud of you.
He's carrying Porter's number well.
Yeah, I mean, Porter doesn't. He's giving Porter the style that he never had. Man, I mean, Porter had style on Sim, but these guys, it's interesting to see. You see Burns kind of launching that wall a little bit more there, kind of what I expected. It's good that you see at least 2 ruts in every corner that I feel like are really favored. It's nice to be able to see the guys kind of get up on.
Oh, look at double out of that corner there for Trevor Burns.
Yeah, and he went outside the outside. I didn't even know you could do that. Like that little outside rut cuts down. He stayed up above it and used all the berm he could. Burns looks like he's on the move after a bad start here. Peter Leicht holding strong up here, but
Peter Leicht trying to go after Seth Garrett on the wall jump.
Oh, Garrett getting a little whiskey down the backside of the wall.
Oh, contact, but somehow they both stay on 2 wheels. Peter Leicht's going to make the move as he goes up into 6th place. And down the inside, Seth Garrett's going to try to fight back, but Leicht around the outside holds it. And we got a stack up of riders going on here. That's the 204 going down. 304. Cooper Hunt going down. Oh, and then Kyler Hockey absolutely saucing Dylan Burrell off the track.
Oh, man.
And here comes Copeland on the 35 going through. So now Copeland only a couple spots out of transfer. He's trying to go around the outside of Cooper Hunt, but Hunt holds the spot through the sand.
Yeah, was that Dylan Burrell? Was that his name? Is that the guy that calls him the Pope? Eli Tomac fan because he's riding like him a little bit,
Dylan that calls him the Pope is Dylan Alexander, I think. But through the whoops, Copeland coming behind Cooper Hunt. And Cooper Hunt over the bars on the wall. And Copeland has to avoid him. So now that puts D-Cope up into the 11th position. And white flag still not waving just yet as the 6-minute mark has now gone past. So we're going to have white flag next time by. And all these guys still jockeying for position.
Over the bars!
No, Trevor Burns. I thought he was going to have it there. But he saves it. Now coming into the moguls here behind Peter Leicht. Ethan Gerst just up the road a little bit on the 260. And then Hollenbeck looks like he's still got third pretty well locked up. But, man, these guys getting a little out of shape. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Tyson Craig has moved into third on the 144. And he wheelies into the finish line. Rival decal rider.
This is some great entertainment here. These guys are so sketchy. Man, Tyson Craig with a great ride here in this heat. Logan Leitzel still holding on strong in second. A little tip over. That sand is so deep, so difficult. And then let's see how much time he's got to our leader. Wow.
Colby Eaglin, 13.5 second lead
away.
out front.
Did Leitzel just go over the bar?
No, that was a lap rider in the background. But, yeah, Eaglin coming back with vengeance this week. Obviously wanted to make amends for missing the main event last week. It just was not his night at all. He was in a transfer spot in his heat race and crashed out of it. And then the LCQ, bad start and several crashes just kept him from competing. And he'll definitely want to get right back into this championship fight tonight with a good ride at Daytona.
Yeah, I mean, if Dickerson and Eaglin can come by and guys like Dylan Copeland have some bad rounds here, I wouldn't put them out of this. They're still really early in the 250 East title hunt, so it's going to be interesting to see. We see Colby Eaglin being so dominant here in his heat. You see him jumping one whoop in right there. Coming on the start, he just looks so smooth on this track. He hasn't seemed to have any problems in the whoops. Look at him jumping right into the face, skimming right across the top. Gonna hit this wall and just hold it. Okay.
Oh, look at wheeling the whoops before the finish line. Colby Eaglin wins heat number 1 in Daytona. Leitzel looks like he's got second on lock. Hollenbeck has moved back into third, so Tyson Craig's gone backwards. You have Ethan Gerst in 5th, Peter Leicht down the inside here in 6th, Trevor Burns is 7th, Seth Garrett in 8th, and Heilman in the final transfer spot right now. Kyler Hockey, we saw him get saucy earlier with Dylan Burrell. Maybe he'll come after Heilman here with a turn to go.
Yeah, he's only got one turn to go, though, so it's either going to be that, and he's not going to make it there in time, so maybe Heilman will have some troubles here. Kyler Hockey's pushing in the background there, but Heilman still has 2 difficult whoop sections and a wall section to hit.
One more time over the wall and through the final set of whoops. Little kick here and there, but John Heilman headed to the main event, so Kyler Hockey missing out. And our points leader, Dylan Copeland, is also headed to the last chance qualifier. He'll bring with him Dylan Burrell, Cooper Hunt, Nate Tunnell, Ethan Parks, Luke Magnetti, Julian Bomer, Gunnar Fugler, Kevin Lelong, Daniel Batchelor out of this one, and myself still on the gate.
Yeah, Juju, rough showing here. He just made his first main event this year, and still trying to find ways to put it in there, but getting some experience on these tracks. He just kind of moved up from amateurs, hasn't been playing this game too long, real life ripper, so good to see him out here at least trying, and he's definitely going to go for it in the LCQ, but we're going to have a lot of heavy hitters there. We got Dylan Copeland, Gunnar Fugler, a lot of guys with some speed, and we're only one heat race down here tonight.
Yeah, this is going to be a wild night of racing. Once again, our points leader in the 250 class is headed to the LCQ. We saw what happened last week. What happened?
the comment in chat.
Yeah. Let's take a look at cuts after this race is over. Looks like our top 9 stayed the same. For those of you that are maybe new to MotoOption Supercross, as we've crested the halfway point of the season, we got 406 live viewers. Good to see everybody here tonight. Essentially what cuts are is an automated system that is created by the game creator Josh Vanderhoof, where if you cut a certain amount of timing gates and gain time in between each gate, it'll give you a standard deviated time against what you just ran through that sector and give you a cut based on that. I know that sounds kind of confusing, but basically if you go too fast in between sections after you've cut part of the track, it will actually give you an accurate penalty to what others are running through that same section based on what you went through with the cut there. And Eaglin trying to hop into the whoops.
See what Colby Eaglin was just doing, because he was sending it. I want to give a shout out to Chris Riesenberg in chat.
Yeah, Chris is here tonight. Good to see him.
Love you so much. Miss you. I got a really, really large hug from him at Anaheim 2. Picked me up off the ground, and that's hard to do. I'm a pretty tall guy, so yeah, thank you for doing that.
Yeah, we have a spammer in chat, and he's being a little bit of annoying. We're going to hide him for a little bit. Yeah, I appreciate you guys stopping by and always getting active in chat, but sometimes it's just a little much, when you guys are just
when you talk, you don't spam
in chat. Yeah, like it's got to calm down just a little bit.
What bike do you own, Kellen? Jaziel Reyes wants to know.
I own a 2002 CR252 smoker, and
it's pretty clean.
It is pretty clean, but I don't rip that thing very often. I need to get out a little bit more.
Yeah, I should borrow that because I don't want to work on my bike. So if your runs, I'll ride yours.
I need to change a flat front on my bike right now, but I'm definitely going to be getting back after it here pretty soon.
Bike work's not really my thing. I've had a carburetor issue that I just really don't want to deal with because my 04 CRF 250 is one of the worst bikes to ever work on in the history of the world.
Pop.
It runs great when it runs, but I fell in the mud, throttle cable, just pretty sure mud packed in the throttle cable, like housing down into the carb, and I just don't want to deal with it. You have to pull literally the whole rear end off and shocks, and okay, you're going to go to Jurassic. Goodbye.
I could put user in timeout. I don't even know a moderation.
Just hide them. Just put them away.
Yeah, just hide them for a little bit.
I need it on my phone so I could just click it so we don't have to exit out, But yeah, thank you guys all for stopping by. Russ Chapman is banned because he was cleaning people out. If you missed the beginning of the stream. Yeah, I know Shaq said he'll fix both of our bikes for us. I'll bring the truck down and drop it off at your house one of these days.
Yeah, I've been in touch with Jeff Walker this week. He wants to get me out and go riding too. He's been complaining to me this week that I haven't gone to the track, so I'm getting hit up a little bit to go riding more often. I gotta respond to some of these things. Who just wheel tapped that whole section? Frank Jackson.
And then got his sick
cleaned out Alexander Lacker.
That was awesome.
Oh no, sorry, Carter Hutcherson. Good stuff.
This is great entertainment.
250 heat number 2 coming up next. This is just a parade lap for these guys.
Forgot my jerseys.
Haywood forgetting to bring jerseys as always.
We'll ride sometime, Zach.
Alex Effort's dropping $5 off in chat. Thanks, buddy. Daddy Kellen with the band hammer. Sometimes you got to get rough with the kiddos.
Is that loud?
Okay, sometimes you got to get tough with the kiddos. Okay. Is that better?
Yes.
People trying to get themselves banned in chat by just responding nonstop.
Just A,
Ron, double A Ron.
Wolf Ranger. He don't want them. We need to give like efforts. After a couple Four Locos, we'll not have a chat anymore. But that's all right.
Yeah, exactly. All right, folks, it's time for 250 EC number 2 here from Daytona. Top 9 going to the main event. Isaiah Dickerson, your defending champion, right here in the middle. Let's see who's going to get the start. 9 go to the main. Who's going to be right now?
So we see that number 1 Dickerson with a pretty good jump here, but 176 on the inside looks like he's a little bit better, but no, Dickerson able to sweep that, going to power slide, and 176 right behind him.
Yep, that's Jared Gaskew.
Oh, that's my boy.
Dickerson swoops back around, and he will lead them through. There's still people down. Dude, that is going to be so sketchy this weekend. I can't believe that they thought this was a good idea.
I don't think it's that bad in real life. I think the way they built it, it's going to be pretty fine. Kind of where you're turning. Unless you fall 20 feet out the gate, you're going to be fine. Jared Gaskew on that Tagger Designs camo ride, looking good there in second. Dickerson, though, number 1, looking to make a statement after missing the main event last weekend, having his troubles in both the heat race and the LCQ.
Yeah, wouldn't it be something if Dickerson can come back this week just like his teammate
and if they
Colby
just go
Eagland
1-2.
Yeah, 1-1 in the heat races, 1-2 in the main events, just get right back in that championship hunt. But Dickerson missing the triple, so Gaskew's going to get a drive. We got Tyron Tomich. Getting swab landed.
He
almost barrel rolled out of it.
You almost saw the triple Lutz into the gator pit.
Triple Lutz, this guy figure skating. Tyron Tomich, I know, is actually a really fast ripper. I believe he's from Australia or New Zealand. I know he's down in that area of the earth, so good to see him out here racing. Chase Donovan in the mix as well.
A fast ripper.
Carter Hutcherson. We also have Frank Jackson sliding through on the 67. He get hung up a little bit there in the corner. You got the 71 of Ohashi, and then Tomich getting up on the 311 there. Got a freight train of guys going on from third back onto about 7th right now, coming through the tunnel jump here.
Yeah, there's a lot of people here. I was gonna say Checkers knows a lot about those fast.
We got Frank Jackson on the ground. It's gonna cause a bit of a stack up as Ohashi gets into him as well, and everybody funneling to the inside in that off camber, and then doubling out right here.
Yeah, so look how stacked this is. This first lap, we're at the end of the lead lap, but there's guys about 1 second apart all the way back. So anything can happen here. You see 311 right there on the Cowie trying to make a move, but sliding out.
Yep.
And Hutcherson is going, or not Hutcherson, who's that 174?
Ohashi's
going Mach 12 through the whoops. And how long is that sustainable is my question, if he's going to be able to keep charging like that. But, man, if he's got his setup dialed, he's
swing around the outside, just get right on by, but cutting back underneath. Ohashi side by side with Hutcherson. Ohashi into the bales. Here comes Tomich on the 311 trying to get in there again.
Yeah, Tomich having to hold up there. Got a good drive while he was getting a little sketchy. Ohashi was getting sketchy there. This triple here
booter for a
needs
250.
respect. That is so sick. We got some good whips, so it's about the only good part of the track.
We got a rider down, and it's Chase Donovan. Sally Slow-Mo is off the side of the track. He's going through those RC Underground bales and trying to get back onto the gator pit. Who we got going off here? That's Billy Kunitz. And everybody. Kunitz over the bars on the wall. We got Ohashi on the 174. And Dominic Tiberino on the 77 putting Michael LaCour, I think, on the ground there.
There's 12 dudes on the wall
so
jump
many
at
people
one
on the
time.
wall jump hitting it together. And it's a big stack up through here. Look at everybody through this section right now.
Neil over the bars almost, going inside.
Look at inside, outside options all over the place. And then once again, 3 different lines being used in that corner.
Up.
We got a rider going down. It's Nick Skakun. That's right on Neil Fitzpatrick now with Ohashi off the front of them.
Oh, man. What? I don't even know what P this is now.
I think we're in 9th right here. Oh, 8th for
Oh, my
Ohashi.
gosh. So these guys are just sending it balls to the wall for
Yeah.
the transfer spot here. Look how many people there are. This is going to be great.
In that final transfer spot right now. Skakun getting in there. We have Lewis Williams, Michael LaCour getting up from that crash. Carter Hutchison's gone backwards. Ryan Spangler, former winner in this series, is back here. Alexander Lagerquist getting sideways. Oh, what a save on the 411. And going through there is Alex Kerr. And he's going into the
corner,
area.
too.
We got Jalik Swoll swinging around the outside here as Lagerquist now side by
my
side.
whoopsie.
Oh, and he's down. And Reno Brennan on the 60 almost gets into him. Goodness gracious, the chaos is everywhere on the racetrack right now.
We got people wheeling. We got people blowing corners. We got Lagerquist just sending it all over the track, side to side, throwing his bike all over the place. I'm surprised to see so many people using these inside lines on the 250s. I wonder if they're just not getting the drive or they really just prefer them over the other lines. But this 250 class is crazy right now, and this is such a difficult track. There's people down everywhere. There's people stacking up in the switchbacks.
Oh, another rider down.
More cartwheels.
Oh, Tiberino's down. Skakun off the track. But Tiberino, remember, he's a championship contender, second in points entering tonight, wants to do really well in tonight's main event, maybe take the points lead if he can. Also looking for his first career victory. I still can't believe that that's the case. But Tiberino career number 77 on that T-Gritty ride, trying to fight his way into transfer spot right now, going down the inside of Lewis Williams on the 193.
Yeah, you kind of saw how hard he hit that inside line. They're not very rounded, so you kind of have to dive in, and it's like almost a complete 180 straight into the rut. So you saw him hit kind of hard, but was able to keep it together there. But Tiberino definitely on the charge here, and yeah, he's had some great rides, and it's crazy that he hasn't gotten a win yet. So he's definitely going to keep pushing for that week in and week out here as he's trying to move up through the pack. We got Neil Fitzpatrick.
Oh, gets into James Ohashi, and through them both goes Tiberino. There goes Lewis Williams. So Neil Fitzpatrick, I believe, just lost a transfer spot out of that. I think Williams just went right back into it, or maybe Fitzpatrick is in the final transfer spot now. One or the other. But man, oh man, the battles, the chaos.
Fitzpatrick coming along in 9th, and yeah, this race is crazy, and I think we haven't seen anything yet. I think the 450 guys, 250 guys might be a little bit more sketchy, but I think the 450 guys are going to be charging and battling a lot more. And we still have so much racing here to go. We're not even 2 races in as we just hit 6 minutes, but the leader did not cross, I don't think. So
White
we're going to have another.
He's way out front, though,
1.5.
Isaiah Dickerson. We haven't talked about him at all, but he has got a 24-second lead right now on Gaskew. And, yeah, you think he's fired up after missing the main event last week? I think he's a little bit on the edge right now.
Yeah, I think him and Eaglin definitely came teammates out here with something to prove, and they're looking great here tonight. Look at that corner speed just coming back on the start straight using that very small inside rut there. Looking good in the whoops, and still shout out to Jarrett Gaskew running second, and in third place, he's been holding strong just as well. William St. Laurent.
Canadian rider for Mad Cape on the 86. Frank Jackson's right here. We actually still have a pretty steady freight train of riders outside of Dickerson. Like, he's got a big lead, and everybody else is still stacked together.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to definitely want to hope that Eaglin and Dickerson get some bad starts here tonight because the showing they've put on. But it almost might be whoever gets the clear air. We saw Dylan Copeland go down early. I feel like not having to butt right up against some guys on the walls and the switchbacks, maybe it's just whoever gets the start. We'll kind of have to see depending on who gets whole shots in the 450 class, if that's just kind of how it's going to go here when you're back in some battles there. As Donovan takes out Tomic as he tries to come back over the wall. But
Tiberino going to come through. We have Fitzpatrick coming down as well, so Tomic going to get up almost on a bubble spot here. Lewis Williams, I believe, is still, no, he's actually 9th now. So Michael LaCour on the 336 LMR Kawasaki, 236, I should say, not having a good go of it here, especially because I don't have his skins, so that just makes it even worse. But trying to get into the main event.
Man, Fitzpatrick here grinding 6-second lead on Reno Brennan behind him, but we've seen all sorts of mistakes from these guys. People going into that wall too fast, going over the bars, but Fitzpatrick, for as hard as this track is, looking pretty steady. These guys slowing down on that wall, getting the charge for this triple. See some more guys.
I just can't believe how easy they get that triple off the wall. That is brutal. Up front, by the way, Isaiah Dickerson takes the victory. We just missed him going over the finish line. He was
just so far ahead on the track, we didn't know that you'd even be there.
Battle for second still kind of going on. Gasquet trying to hold off St. Laurent. They've been pretty well locked together most of the race. Better battle going on right now for the 4th spot. Frank Jackson, Chase Donovan, 67 and 51 on your screen, 4th and 5th in the race. Coming to the line here, and Donovan sending it through the moguls.
Blowing the corner, but let's see if he gets a drive, and he wants to hold it wide open through the whoops. Jackson definitely slowing up a little bit here. Donovan, Sally Slow-Mo catching up, going over the wall, but don't think he's going to be able to get it here unless Jackson has a huge mistake. Yep. Jackson's going to come across in 4th with Donovan trailing in 5th. Tiberino charging through the whoops.
Tomic going to the main event behind him. Fitzpatrick coming through. He's going to get 8th and 9th for Lewis Williams, so that top 9 stayed pretty similar. Michael LaCour missing out. Reno Brennan hitting the ground. Apparently he may be the Daytona daddy, but right now he is not the Daytona main event rider.
Daytona daddy?
I think him and Donut are having some sort of battle for it. I'm not really sure. We got a feisty battle coming to the line for 12th here. Oh, they're both going to go down. Skagin lands on top of Ohashi.
Yeah, Ohashi got Jace Owen right there. Treatment. Carter Hutchinson
trying to battle the line with him again. This is just gate picking SCQ. Little dualies. Action over the finish line jump. We got Alex Kerr. Lagerquist coming to the line. Ryan Spangler back here. So all these guys headed to that last chance qualifier, but still just trying to fight to the line and maybe pick up a spot or two if they can get a better gate pick.
Yeah, once we get everybody across the line, I just want to talk about the fact that Dickerson just won this heat race by 34 seconds in a 6-minute +1. Granted, it was probably about, 8 minutes, 29 seconds till he crossed the finish line.
Wow, that's crazy.
But that's crazy. I mean, if we got a 2.5-minute extension on our heat race, so hey, we might be seeing 25-minute main event here.
Yeah,
close to it. Depending on when, it all depends on when they cross the line. You could get an extra about 3 or 4 minutes added. 1:34 though, that's a blazing fast lap time too. I know we didn't really check out the qualifying times, but
but comparatively to what everybody else is running, he was 4 seconds a lap faster than everybody else on the track just then. That is insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So Dickerson proving.
Yeah, so these
last week was just a mistake, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even have words. Yeah, I don't understand. Like, bad starts, maybe just I remember he was riding a little bit over his head trying to push the issue, but just you get a bad start and you go for it a little bit too much, you could really hurt yourself. This track, though, definitely gives you a lot more time to kind of work it out, but not too much room if you don't get a good start. So these starts are going to be really key. Getting out in front and not having guys charging up on the inside of you in those switchbacks early on. That's going to be really important here tonight.
Absolutely, and we're going to keep watching that first turn because with the chaos we just saw in that first turn there was some riders still left on the track, and I'm really curious to see what happens if a pileup happens coming into the first turn and still on the start straight when people come back around. Going to be some weaving and some interesting dynamics for sure.
Yeah, I wonder if it gets real bad, might see it maybe a red flag or something because, I mean, you wouldn't want to see someone get knocked out because of something like that. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. We'll kind of see how it breaks down in the 450 races. Hopefully, we can get through the night without too many problems, though.
Man, knock on wood, we have not seen a red flag this year. I think, right? Have we?
No, I don't think so.
Knock on your own head, you're goofy, dude.
That's knocking on wood. I've been doing that. I've been doing that my whole life.
Kellen Brauer, Andrew Wood here in the booth. Round number 10 of the 2020 MotoOption Supercross Series live on Start Your Systems. Daytona. And the 450 class coming up next, 450 heat number 1 about to hit the gate. We'll actually jump back in game right now to catch what's going to happen here.
Hi, Jesus Quinones. We love you. I love you.
A good amount of people hanging out in chat still, up over 400 people still. That's crazy for this deep in the season again, guys.
Maybe it's really, Daytona.
Might be Daytona, right? People
hey, tell your friends,
Daytona.
We'll be here all night. All night.
Tell your friends, tell your kids, tell your wife, tell your husband.
Tell everybody.
Because we're Daytonaing everybody out here.
No, it's early. I am ready for marbles later. I definitely get on a Scooty stream later on, play a couple games of marbles before bed. Don't have work tomorrow, so I might be able to do the whole Highlander Championship. Maybe finally get a win because I haven't gotten one in Scooty stream in like 6 months. Arizona had some red flags. We were talking about in sim, Paul Campos, not in real life. Justin, our buddy Jackron, says he still can't believe that you haven't fired me.
Yeah, Jackron, he is the wisest of them all. Sometimes got to take his words for what it's worth.
So
all right.
Do you think you should fire me?
No, I don't think so. All right, time for 450 heat. Number 1 set to go. JLV moonwalks his way off the racetrack, and we're set to go here in Daytona. 9 going through, and it's happening right now as we're up and running.
Ooh.
Daniel Mills looping out a little bit. It's going to be a drag race into the first turn from the outside. A good jump. Oh, Whelan runs deep and takes somebody down. It's Alexis Leclerc down the inside, I should say, picking up the whole shot on the 7.
Yeah,
We've got
Tyler
Lang on the 14 in the mix as well. I think I saw Jack Haley.
Yes,
on
sir.
the 1 back there is Leclerc getting a little sideways in the whoops.
I am scared for Leclerc's life right now. Jack Haley had a really good start right next to Leclerc. It was going to be a pretty good battle, but he got rubbed up against someone and pushed a little bit wide. Did a little power slide. Let's see what Leclerc can do here, but we've got heavy hitters Lang and Haley right behind him, so we'll see if they can survive these switchbacks and put on a charge for against Leclerc, or if he can just kind of run away with this like the other guys have.
Yeah, Haley on the 1 here, still looking for his first win of the season after winning the championship last year, but now suddenly with Russ Chapman being banned, is thrust right into a really close points race at the front of the field and taking over second place from Tyler Lang. He is going to want to win this race tonight.
Haley using a little bit different line there. See, a little bit different than the 250 guys, kind of soaking up that wall jump, jumping all the way into the pit. These guys have a little bit more speed, a little bit more ability to do some stuff here, but Leclerc just grinding, and I do not know how he is hitting those insides so fast. Let's see what he does here. He's going to go on, off,
yeah,
and he's going to send it into the wall, which means he's going to send it again.
Woo! Big scrub and landing a flat. Leclerc going for it. Look at how hard he attacks those moguls, and the suspension just soaks it right up.
Yeah, I think the 450 guys, I don't know, they're not like even really weighted different, but I think they're going to be charging those moguls a little bit harder. There's a line there that definitely allows for you to charge from the outside and sweep over to the inside, but Leclerc getting that great start and putting on a showing. We'll see how much he can pull this out. 34 seconds, I don't know. You still got Jack Haley lurking back there, and Leclerc with a mistake over the wall.
Haley going to close it. Oh, Reed Young
is down.
Cartwheeling in the whoops, goes pile driving into the wall. So Tyler Lang's going to go by 47-100. Porch also going by. Young trying to get up as the 82, spot. I believe, just crossed over there. That's Serena Ritzler. It was Spencer Turley. Spencer Turley back racing with us this week on the 56. Daniel Mills right behind him. Dennis Fjellberg up here as well. We got Reed Young coming into the mix. Joseph Pilsner. And Braden Carter on the 32 also right there as he tucks to the inside of Pilsner. Around the outside going, who's that? Reed Young on the 42 once again. Everybody's stacked up here as they're trying to switch lines. Fjellberg way outside, cuts back into the rut. I think Braden Carter make a couple passes in there. Daniel Mills
followed by Reed Young, and then Braden Carter there coming up. So these guys definitely trying to make it into the main. I think we're right about on the cusp here, but look at how close these guys are back here for these transfer positions tonight. Let's see what we got going on.
Oh my goodness, there's so many different line options that these guys are attacking the walls with too. It's not just straight up and down on the wall. Some guys are sending it into the face. Sometimes guys are really checking up and trying to downside the back of it. Not one clear defined line that these guys are going for in each section. Oh, it's Daniel Mills going down in the background, gets hung up with his teammate as well, Braden Carter. And the 20 right there, Ash Deering going around with Fjellberg on the 3 also going by.
Yeah, so Ash is actually the final transfer spot so this right here is 9, 10, and 11, or maybe 8, 9, 10. But man, look at this, switching it up, going inside. Fjellberg doubling from the middle.
And you say he's going to triple around the corner, and he does.
Definitely got to cut though.
Yeah, going to cut that bail just a little bit.
But, man, look at that. So then he's going to dive to the inside. Carter's going to elect to go to the second rut, go a little bit wider, but lose a little bit of time, but get the great charge.
Look at the launch, and Carter.
There we go.
2 jumps the whoops. He's going to end up beside Fjellberg here, and this is for 8th, actually, so they're 8th and 9th. Carter going to make that move.
So he wants to get himself away from the bubble, try to gain a gap here. He's going to almost double there into that middle rut. He absolutely shredded that. And he's going to try to keep pushing and try to get up on the rear end of Reed Young right here on that T-Gritty ride. But he's also in a battle of his own chasing Sabrina.
Yeah, Sabrina Ritzler here on the 82 whip style machine. The fastest woman in MX Simulator, back at it again. Oh, Reed Young OJ's the triple and goes down. That's a legs off crash right there. And for those of you, again, who are new to racing, basically, there's no such thing as a full fall off crash in this game. Your hands are always attached to the bars. So the next thing that, or the next highest thing that is possible is your legs falling off the bike. Usually those crashes equate somewhere in the area of 8 to 12 seconds when those happen. So we're always talking about fall off crashing and how long those gaps are. So sometimes when you have like a 10-second lead, we usually say it's one fall off crash and it's right back in it.
Yeah, definitely. You got fall-offs and tip-overs, and if you slide out, depending on which way you're facing, or if you're stuck in the wall like we saw Reed Young earlier, you can definitely see people losing or gaining a lot of time here. But Brina, looking good, but she's going to actually tuck the front a little bit, but then Fjellberg's going to slide out. They're going to make that pass right there on Tyler Lang as Sabrina moves up. Tyler Lang, after a good start, dropping back pretty far here. So let's see. Tyler Lang is now in our chancer spot, 9th place. Braden Carter, 8th place. Back here. Yeah, just watching them scroll across the top of the screen. Daniel Mills, 1 spot out. Roy Mitchell, 1 spot out. Kyle Carpenter, 1 spot out. Or
what? They're all one spot out. Everybody's one spot out of the transfer. Everybody's battling for 10th right now as Leclerc continues to lead.
Leclerc is checked.
Yeah, he's got a big lead out front.
Oh, wait, no, he's not. I just made that up.
But they have a big lead, I should say. Hunter Porch back in 3rd as well back there. Right now, Haley trying to go after your race leader. Let's actually go on board. I want to see this from Haley's perspective.
So
but Leclerc's running a 130.4 out front.
He's 10 seconds faster than me.
I just can't watch Leclerc. Let's watch Haley. So much a smoother rider.
Yes, exactly. So we're going to see him launch this double here. And he's going to scrub this, but he's going to launch this wall a little bit. These guys have some dialed suspension here. So that we're going to see this outside to inside sweep right here.
Yeah.
He's going to go inside that inside rut. Jumping straight in over the wall into that second rut, looking so smooth here. Gonna go double, and let's see if he goes 1 or 2 into the whoops. He's actually gonna scrub and land before it. Go double into the inside. Just look how smooth these guys are. The corner speed they have. So, Leclerc making a little bob. Was it a bobble?
I think it was a bobble. Yeah, he got stuck on the wall for a second.
So Haley wheeling through the whoops. That second
31.9
difficult. Wow, and that's a new heater for Jack this race. And let's see what lap time Leclerc ran really quick, can we? 33. So Jack Haley gained another 2 seconds there. So this is that deep sand. They're kind of trying to seat bounce these.
It's gnarly, dude. When you're watching from the camera view, you don't realize how fast these guys are actually going right now, but they're pushing the pace out front.
Yeah, it's insane. Look at this. So he actually waits up, makes sure his front wheel hits those whoops, and tries to get a smooth run through. Gonna soak up that wall, sit down on the top of it a little bit. Just look at these guys jumping into the walls, jumping into the ruts in the corners, getting the power down for this triple. Haley is just, these guys are
ripping.
Insane. They're next level.
They're so far out. Oh, Leclerc's down out front. Leclerc has lost the lead, and it's the white flag lap, so Haley's going to take it over. Could this be the breakthrough night Jack Haley needs to take his first victory of the season?
Yeah, this is going to be some great confidence booster here by Jack Haley. Getting a heat win here, coming in strong, and he knows he's 7 points down in the championship on Jeremy Seabolt, so he wants to come out tonight, get a win, and gain as much points as he can. He's going to go ahead and make that pass, charging all the way up here. He's only got 2 whoop sections separated by a wall to go.
Yeah, let's see how he attacks the whoops here on this last lap, just kind of landing on that first one and hopping in. Always want to catch like that third whoop. Look at Leclerc sending it into the wall jump, and he's down. Here comes Jack Haley. He's going to take the win. 450 heat, number 1. Front flip over the finish line jump. Leclerc looks like he is going to hang on for second. They had a large gap, and he's still making a lot of mistakes here in the line. See if he just hangs on here in the whoops. Oh, man, this is just gnarly section. Look at the lead that they had. Braden Carter's so far back.
And Braden is no slouch. Braden is nuts. He's
Look at that track cut for Braden Carter.
I mean, it's clean.
A brutal track cut.
It's all right, we'll allow it. So Braden, I want to look at his line. So he's electing to jump into the starter whoop, and then he's able to control his suspension, rebounding, jump either all the way out or double or like 5 double out of that first whoop section. So a lot of different options here tonight. I knew these 450 guys were pulling it out. So really going to be interesting. Turley finishing
Turley
in
question mark
7th. Ash Deering coming along in 8th place, and the final transfer spot goes to
Daniel Mills.
Daniel Mills.
Andrew Wood was asleep on his bed 3
Yeah, I
hours
was
ago.
I'm covered in dog hair still. I had 4 dogs in Daniel's bed with me and
That's
him.
so naughty, dude. It's just like, Ed Haywood was on D Mills' bed
I mean,
3
D
hours
Mills was
ago.
on one side, I was on the other side. We were both asleep, and we had a giant golden retriever. Oh my gosh.
All right, cuts are in. Let's take a look if anything changed in
love
our top 9.
people.
No, it looks like it's the same. So it was Haley, Leclerc, Carter, Fjellberg, Lang, Porch, Turley, Deering, and Mills headed to the main event. Ritzler just missing out there in 10th. Roy Mitchell, Brandon Holmes, Reed Young, Alana Solis, Bryce Whelan, Kyle Carpenter, Joseph Pilsner, Zoa Cross, Devin Davis, and Will Whiteley all missing out there, headed to that last chance qualifier with the rest of the runners back there as well.
So one interesting thing that I will take away from this is, so Leclerc got a really good start, and let's see, I'm just kind of looking at the times here. So 20 seconds, there we go. Leclerc got a really good start. Jack Haley was right behind him. Jack Haley, these guys both had great speed. Jack was able to survive the first couple corners, make a move on Tyler Lang really quick, and then able to kind of stay on the rear end of Leclerc. I was kind of seeing what would happen if whoever got the whole shot would just check out or not. He was able to keep himself there close enough to where we had one big mistake from Leclerc, and he was able to take the lead. Leclerc getting up, losing 15 seconds. They still had a 20-second lead. So if Leclerc was right on the rear end, they would have been about 30 seconds in front of Hunter Porch as well. So it's clear that if you get some of those fast guys up there and they get a great start and they keep it together for a little bit, they're just going to be able to check out. Some of these guys have next level speed, but we still have a whole nother heat race of heavy hitters here. Jeremy Siebold, Colton Mitchell, Walter Gebhardt. It's going to be, we're going to have to see kind of who gets the start. I feel like starts are so much more important here. We have 2 first turns, like
right.
Duh, of course.
Yeah. And
But-
so, like you said, we have basically the proverbial red plate holder, Jeremy Siebold, last week's winner in this heat race right now. Even if he wins tonight, he won't technically have the points lead because it's still going to take one more race to actually pass Russ Chapman in the points. But clearly coming in on a high from his win at Atlanta this past week. Daytona, going to win the 4th one of the season for Siebold, you think?
You know, he has been doing good. It's going to be very tricky. I'm going to have to see because I haven't seen him ride this track yet. I feel like some guys might use some of their outdoor abilities, and we might start to see some of them. We might see some new faces up front. Gebhardt's really good at outdoors.
Yeah.
Kind of picking apart. And it's not – some guys are running outdoor suspension, but it's not a full outdoor track, but they're still – sweeping in the ruts, going from outside to inside, carrying your momentum, kind of doubling some braking bumps, working the moguls. So I'm interested to see. I'm going to have to wait and see, and then maybe I'll see if Siebold can come out and put on a showing like Leclerc or Haley did. But I'm interested to see Gebhardt on this track. I know he's really good at outdoors, so it's going to be interesting. I'll make a call for some picks and some hole shots after I see this next heat.
All right, fair point. All right, we got Ray's Carlin, Jeremy Cohenauer. Jeremy Siebold is actually running his skins this week, thank heavens. Tyler Schmidt, Jeremy Shipley, Ian Holm, Jared Seidhoff, Colton Mitchell. They're all on their parade lap right now. Caden Speck, Charles Gable. We got Shipley, Gebhardt, Seidhoff, and the rest ready to go racing in 450 heat number 2. Man, we got a lot of people hanging out in chat. So in our next transition, we'll try to ask or answer some questions. Because I know you guys probably are asking some questions that were missing. I apologize. We always try to be mindful of what you guys are asking in chat. But, of course, we also want to cover the race and not miss out on any of the action on track. So it's time to go racing for the last heat race of the night. Again, 9 more going through. JLV once again going to moonwalk his way out of the way. And we're set to go for 6 minutes plus a lap. It's Daytona heat number 2.
Let's see. We're seeing a good jump from Holm up the inside, but it looks like it's going to be number 27 here coming in. Oh,
that would
and
have been
Holm's
Wilcox.
Holm's going to keep. Oh, Holm got hit and fell down. Jeremy Smith's going to go around the outside, take that whole shot there.
Oh boy! that was sketchy. A couple guys coming that must have hit off of the gate there, coming back into the fray.
That's how I feel when I'm getting on the freeway leaving your house every night. Oh, man.
Oh, man. Jeremy Smith out front. Walter Gebhardt in second. Again, Jeremy Smith, real-life pro. We haven't seen him racing in Supercross this year, but right now, holding strong out front. And unfortunately for his sake, he's had a bad couple of weeks that have really eliminated him from championship contention, but he was in the mix until these last couple bad weeks. Walter Gebhardt able to slice by for the lead, and Gebhardt out front in Daytona.
Yeah, and he wasted no time moving himself up there. He's looking so good. He's so fast right now. We didn't get a chance to peek in at the qualifying times, but I'm sure he was definitely in the top 3 here tonight. Man, just look at how he's attacking this track. So Gebhardt might be the one that we're going to have to look out for. So Siebel, not the best start by him. I'm not sure where he's going to be. I know we talked about him before the race. But Gebhardt, let's see, just destroying these corners. Smith
right?
making some mistakes. And Carlin getting in the back of somebody else.
Sean Klein, we got Kohnauer, Race Carlin, Jeremy Shipley coming through. Wilcox, Dalton Plessinger's up here. Here's last week's winner, Jeremy Siebold. Again, doesn't actually possess the red plate right now, but with Chapman out, he is the points leader. He's also got Colton Mitchell right in front of him, who is second in points.
Yeah, second in points, I think 2 or 3 spots back. And then we got Haley back behind that, but these two system decal teammates of Mitchell and Gebhardt looking really good here tonight.
Shipley down on the outside there on the 39 as they all funnel through.
Yeah,
oh, and then Schmidt getting taken out there by Dalton Plessinger, taking no prisoners right now.
Yeah, I almost thought he ran on the back of him. It's hard to tell with that angle, kind of how they come into such a tight corner. Plessinger, though, off to a good start here, trying to hold on to a transfer spot. Colton Mitchell here and Jeremy Siebold, though, definitely want to move their way up here.
Let's take a look at what it looks like to try to come through the field after a rough start here for Siebold.
Not fun.
No, it is chaotic.
So Siebold's here in 10th, 1 spot out from the transfer spot. These guys both wanting to get around the riders in front of them. Luckily, they got 2 spots here really close. Siebold going to go long on the triple. See how he settles into the whoops. He's getting a little bit sketchy, but he's going to hold on. More gas.
Over the bars on the wall. Too much speed entering. He's off the bike there. Let's see. He's going to lose 3-4 spots in the end of it. End up 12th.
Yeah, pushing, getting on the gas there and dropping into that gator pit. You don't have too much time to get on the brakes and just gets into that wall a little bit too fast. Clips the rear wheel like a lot of the 250 guys we saw. Going to go over the bars. Wilcox going to move up in front of him. Try to put on a charge. See what we got going on in front of these guys. We got Wilcox chasing Ian Holm.
And alongside of him is Casey Ohlert. Oh, Holm!
And
he crossed over and landed next to him. Barely missed him. That was almost disastrous. I think Ohlert must have saw us coming.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe a spotter or someone told him. He got on the brakes there, was able to save it. Holmes said, I'm about to end this man's whole career as he came over the wall there. But, man, these guys are just charging out here. Seeing some names scroll across the top of the screen.
Oh, boy. Ian Holm out of shape, and he's off the side of the track.
He's going to get back on there, though. Doubling back in.
Oh, man, and here comes Wilcox. And there's Siebold right behind him as well.
Wow. So we'll have to see kind of where these guys are settling. We've seen so many position changes in just the last
slaughtered
lap.
On that inside right there.
Yeah, you can't. That's just not the move there. So we see Casey Ohlert in 8th, Thomas Wilcox in 9th now. So
and Siebold's going to go into 9th. Wilcox stacks it on the inside of the sand there. And Wilcox also going to get passed back by Ian Holm. We also have Adam Holm back here on the 17 as they all funnel into the whoops.
Looking to make his way up. We know Adam Holm missed the first main event of the season. Definitely not wanting to miss some more. Holm is an absolute ripper outdoors. So I almost thought we would see, this isn't completely outdoors, but thought we would see a little bit more from him this Supercross season and on this track. But maybe outdoors he'll be able to bring it back and go for a title run.
Siebold again making a little bobble out in front of these guys. Not able to quite get away from them yet. Still P9 and trying to hold on to the position. Going after Ohlert. Caden Speck up here on the 87s putting in a solid ride. Then we have a little bit of a freight train going on. Colton Mitchell right behind Race Carlin and Jeremy Smith. So Smith has dropped back out of second. I believe Kohnauer is now in that position. I'm sorry, Sean Klein has moved into second on the ever good number 10. So good to see Sean Klein back here, man who has seen the front of the field many a times in Race Factor Gaming Supercross.
Yeah, he's hasn't been up here too much or around lately, but good to see him back and having a great showing here so far in this race. Running that chest protector, doesn't want to get pelted by all that sand, but that looks good right there.
Not sure. Smooth inside, outside. Really interesting that Klein, every time he takes time off from the game, it's usually kind of lengthy time too. Like he misses half the season or whatever. Always comes back firing, just right at the front of the field every single time.
You forget that he's just there and he has this ability, and he's just back inside the top 5 when he comes back. Always kind of up there battling. You'll see him leading some laps, but he's always kind of keeps himself relevant, and he has that number 10 for a reason, because he's been able to put together such a great season and secure that career number of 10 right there. Super low, and he's looking comfy on this track here tonight.
Yes, he is. He's trying to run down to Walter Gebhardt out front. Gebhardt going to get the white flag next time by. Oh, a little off the track there into the tough blocks, but a nice save. And Gebhardt looking awfully smooth tonight. Like you said, we're going to have a situation where if these guys start up front, gaps are going to open up really quickly on this racetrack, especially with how long it is. It's crazy to see how big the gaps have opened up already.
Yeah, it's just so wide open for the leaders when you don't have guys diving up your insides. These four early 180 corners here, back and forth in the sand section. There's ruts. They're not really developed though early on. Look, Gebhardt doubling into that corner. Just looking so good here, charging these ruts and just staying so smooth. But you get out front and you can do that all on your own. You don't have to worry about someone diving up your inside. So it's going to be interesting to see if we see Gebhardt.
Oh, yeah, that was a little out of shape from the beginning. He was all over the place in the whoops, tried to save it. That's kind of the worst case scenario about this section of the racetrack, is the whoops being as treacherous as they are. Usually you think gas it to get out of a sticky
what they're
situation.
Doing.
Yeah,
but then there's a gator pit and the wall.
Yeah, so they hit the wall too fast and get kicked over the bars every time that they try to save a big one in the whoops.
Yeah, that's like the two worst things you can have directly following a whoop section, when you're gassing it to put the power down and get out. So Sean Klein's going to gain some time.
Yeah, he's actually pretty close to him now. Gebhardt only a couple seconds ahead of Klein as they come through the switchbacks one more time here.
So Klein electing to use that.
Oh, and Gebhardt's gone down. Yeah, Gebhardt is down and off the bike, so he's coughed away a heat race victory
and
here.
Look at that.
Here comes Carlin with Smith and Colton Mitchell on the 6 getting in the mix. So we got 4 riders going for second suddenly. Oh, Gebhardt launches to flatten Jeremy Smith. Yard sales. Gebhardt sends it into the moguls around the outside. We have Carlin getting stacked up. Colton Mitchell's coming in to 3rd now.
Holy crap. You can just see how much Gebhardt has confidence on this track. He's tripling around that corner, dropping in the gator back. I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, that's nuts.
He's just going so fast.
How about it, though? Sean Klein back racing with us this week for the first time all year. Wins 450 heat number 2 at Daytona. Incredible stuff for the number 10.
Easy clap.
Gebhardt going to come across here in second. Wheelies into the line. Race Carlin going to pick up 3rd here on the 12. Jeremy Cohenauer right behind him in 4th. And Caden Speck comes across 5th. Colton Mitchell drops back to 6th. Jeremy Smith will end up 7th. 8th for Siebold and 9th for Wilcox when all is said and done. So our championship contenders, at least all of them, looks like they've headed to the main event. Jake Warden out. Adam Holm not going through either. Ohlert, Chase Blakely, Jared Seidhoff, Dalton Plessinger, Charles Gable, Ian Holm, Tyler Schmidt, Jeremy Shipley, Benny Landry, and myself in warm-up as always. Missing out on the main event, going to that last chance qualifier.
Even when we are racing, we're normally missing out on the main event, so I'm used to it. Don't worry. Man, Tyler Schmidt, great start, and he's probably been doing that a lot with how far back he is, but it's all right. We love you.
Well, someone's even further back. Jeremy Shipley, well down right now, trying to finish this one off. You know, one thing about the length of this track that I hadn't really taken into consideration is I don't think lappers are going to be too big of an issue here tonight with how long this track is, because they're going to hit them so late into the race.
Yeah, and when they do hit them, they're going to be so sparse throughout the field. Like, it's when you get those 45-second tracks, you've got the rest of the guys. When you're lapping up to 5th, like we've seen, like Braden Carter lapped up to 3rd earlier this year, you've got 18 guys that are like stuck in those 45 seconds. Well, if you do that here tonight, which I wouldn't be surprised with some of the starts that we've gotten and some of the gaps from the heat races, they're spread out over a minute 30. So you're definitely having a lot more room to work with, a lot more guys. You're passing one every other section instead of two in a section. So there's going to be a lot more room for these guys to work with. But, man, mistake by Gebhardt, but he didn't get away from Klein as much. Maybe we missed some mistakes because I feel like the speed we were seeing from him early on,
yeah.
he would have had a bigger gap. He was 4 seconds best lap over Sean Klein, who ended up taking that win. Great win by him though, and if we see some heavy hitters start up front, it's going to be a great race. And I don't think we're going to have those races combined. So I think we're not going to see someone pull away unless say in the 250 main, if Dickerson gets a start and Eaglin's in 8th, then maybe Dickerson can just pull away. But really
all right.
interesting to see.
Seeing some questions roll in chat with, so we're going to answer some in the intermission here. Jack Borg, I'm married, so no. Oh, I'm out of virtual memory.
Oof,
Yikes!
You hate to see it.
Yeah. All right.
Track.
What's up?
The track looks bad.
Question mark?
It looks like coronavirus. I don't know.
I think that's kind of bad then.
Is that worse than? That's not as bad as that though, is it? I don't know.
I don't even know what you're. Oh, okay, yeah. With the Mitchell edit.
Earbud leash. Yeah, I'm still on this leash here. You got to keep me in check, and that's how Kellen gives me some yanks.
Mixer. I gotta get that set up. I know. When he's getting out of line, just give him a little.
Yeah, just give me.
Yeah. So I saw Austin Hilton. No, I'm not going to Daytona this weekend. We have everybody and their mother from Racer X going, so I am not going to Daytona because I don't need to. We have too many people there already.
Yeah. We got Scooty Puff.
Yeah, the Scooty gang, the Sleuth gang in chat for a little bit. Seems like they all just left because 40 people are gone. So they just came in and they all just sleuthed their way right back out of chat.
Tell them I was happy. Let me know if you're there, Scooty. We got to talk marbles. I'm trying to get some commentating going on.
Am I a turtle man or a tortoise kind of guy?
Oof.
I'll throw that to you.
I don't know even really the difference. Sea turtles, so turtles. Save the turtles, right? No straws. We don't like plastic straws. Save the turtles.
The turtles.
Sea turtles are super cool. Did you just come up with that right now?
Yeah, I don't know. It's some stupid. You said save the turtles.
A horse,
so
ride a cowboy. I mean,
save the turtles.
I mean, it slips out. I listen to country all day. What is your Kellen? We got a question from Stephanie Orr in chat. Thank you for the question.
$2 donation. Wants to know what my favorite moto game is.
Oof.
See, I was asked this question by Steve
all time. Uh-huh.
And I was like, this is where you're going to get me in trouble because...
You had to say Reflex.
No, I said Sim. Because, listen, okay? No other game has kept my attention for longer.
That's true. I've put in easy 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to be a pro. You're supposed to be a master after 10,000 hours. No. I'm pretty sure I'm worse.
I'm still getting clapped after 10,000
hours. I peaked early, peaked in 2013, gone downhill. What's up, Scooty? I love you. Good to see you in here. He just talked back.
We go.
I'm ready for the Highlander Championship. Let's get it. I'm trying to get in the booth with you tonight. Let's make some magic. Who is my favorite in the AMA series right now?
Mookie.
I got my friends, and I want Roxon to win the championship. I love his style. He's cool. He's funny. Shotgun and beers on podiums and stuff. Just he's down to earth. I liked AC a lot. I got friends and stuff that I'm fans of. I'm fans of good people and good personalities, so I like Malcolm and stuff like that. Points rundown before the mains. I don't think we can pull that up in time. I'm sorry.
No, I'm trying to get back in game.
We're just trying to get in there. None of us are from Colorado Springs originally.
I'm not from Colorado Springs. I'm from
San
Diego. Yeah, Santee. I also saw someone ask, what's my top 5 MX Simulator riders in history?
Oh, I saw that one too.
So I did a top 10 all-time video back in 2016. I would say it's changed a little bit since then.
Your favorite?
My favorite
more so, or are we ranking like in best? I
thought he would be asking for best.
Okay, I would put Tyson
number 1. Tyson
easy.
Yeah,
nobody else compares.
Number 2 is such a hard one to answer. Like,
I want to put like a Jaden Yuki.
Number 2? What are you talking about?
Wait, was he the bad one?
Simon Linko, you mean?
Simon Linko. No, he wasn't that good either. I feel
What are
like
you talking about?
I feel like
It's so weird, man.
pre-2012. I feel like pre-2012. I would put
Okay,
like
let me say this, because quickly we have to
who's
do
got
this before the
titles?
gate
Mullins.
drops.
Mullins is good. He's just dirt.
I need to think about it.
We'll
I'll
do
do it
this
after
later.
this,
We can
this
do a little
LCQ.
post
Four
after.
riders going out of this LCQ.
Look at D-Cope right there on
Time
the
to go
inside.
racing here in Daytona.
We're still on
LCQ time right now.
We got the big cam up, but we got a great start by Kyler Hockey. Dylan Copeland, though, on the inside just behind him. Kyler Hockey's going to hug the inside. Daniel Bachelet absolutely shredding the outside, but it's going to be Kyler Hockey to take the start. And Dylan Copeland moves up into an early second place. He's going to try to get it together from such a rough heat race and try to get himself into the main event to keep that red plate.
Yeah, Kyler Hockey with the early lead. Copeland, Bachelet, and Burrell all in the mix, but Skackin trying to come over the line and battle with Burrell as he's in fifth. Little cross action as they're going to go bar to bar into the corner. Oh, Skackin missed the line. Burrell messed up the inside, and here comes Hutchison, and I think a rider was down as well.
Ooh, someone just got the biscuits there in that second corner as well. So we got Hutchinson here. He gave someone the biscuits. He's going to go down
stack
running
up
in.
Hutchison with
Jalik Swoll.
Alex Kerr.
It's hard.
Alex
they
Kerr on the ground.
come into the real life racers
right?
come in when they run that. I like the replicas though. So Dylan Copeland just cruising, just vibing,
Trying to at least, right?
trying to. He had such a hard time, so I'm wondering. I would assume he didn't watch many of the races. I would assume he just rode the track each and every race that we've watched here tonight after his own heat race. Try to get his consistency down, figure out stuff that he wasn't able to in qualifying. But we got, look, following him, we got Billy Kunitz out here looking comfy.
Cooper Hunt.
But very, very
Hutchison.
close. Hutcherson and G-Fug.
Ryan Spangler, James Ohashi. So a couple guys outside of transfer right now that definitely are capable enough of getting in. Just have to fight their way up there.
Yeah, Ohashi for sure. We saw some speed out of him in his heat race. Some bad luck and some mistakes on his own, putting him out there. But so G-Fug right here in fifth. The second through fourth is such a tight gap, such a tight battle though.
Oh, Hutchison into the back a little bit of Kunitz, and Kunitz goes
Ooh.
down. They have to split. In fact, Fugler had to completely check up. He's going to case the double. That's going to allow Spangler to really close in through this section.
Yeah, someone else going
Yeah,
down
they like front flipped and pogoed.
hard, but so Spangler is going to be here, but that's also going to allow Ohashi and Skakun and Kunitz to get a little bit closer behind them. So those guys are running all the way back to eighth. Going to definitely want to be putting on a charge here. But Fug, since Fug is his new nickname, is going to try to make his way up. Nobody wants to be on the bubble or even close to it. So we're going to see a hard charge by him to try to get by these two Honda riders.
Ooh, Copeland's dropped back
In
a little
front
bit.
of
He must
him.
have gone down.
Uh-oh.
Cooper Hunt now leading this thing.
Woo, shout out Cooper Hunt, Blast MX ride, moving up into that first place position after D-Cope made the mistakes. Looks like he wasn't able to eliminate them all. But Hunt, he's showing you how hard the whoops are because he's slowing down a lot and trying to just survive.
Copeland moves back into second in front of Hutcherson and Fugler right there. Spangler, Ohashi, it's all stacking up. Final transfer spot belongs to the number 90 of Fugler right now. But these guys are hot on his heels. Fugler going for the triple, going to get it. Hutcherson
my-
rides the nose.
Archerson.
And I think he's on two wheels there.
Almost.
That allows Spangler to go through to the final transfer spot as Fugler's going to make the move on Copeland as well. Copeland with some struggles.
Yeah, Copeland struggling here tonight. So not looking good here to defend the red plate, but at least make it into the main and get some points because he's still better than a lot of guys in this field, I think, even though he's struggling even here in the LCQ. I think he can put it together in the main event situation. At least get a top 10,
he
keep
got
yourself
a little front
in
wheel
it.
touch there.
Yeah, a little front wheel touch, just rubbing knobbies, saying what's up. G-Fug is an old friend, so they're just saying hi. But D-Cope now, got to have a lot more pressure on his shoulders. You're not leading by 5 seconds. You do not have a large gap to losing it. One fall and you're out. So Ryan Spangler holding down the fourth place spot behind him and a 4-second gap to Ohashi. So this is kind of what we're watching here. Going to keep an eye on the red plate here as he tries to either make a charge back up at Gunnar Fugler.
Yeah, Fugler actually getting away from him a little bit. And Cooper Hunt setting sail in the lead. The number 304 Blast MX machine looking silky smooth. Fugler trying to run him down. Copeland and Spangler, our top four, have separated from the rest of the field at the moment at least.
Yeah, looking back through the field, we got some guys that are not going to be pumped, that are really struggling on this track, even more so than people like Deco.
Oh, Hashi. Oh, Hashi down.
Oh, Hashi. Carter Hutchinson. Oh!
Oh, wait, that was Spangler down. Spangler down out of 4th, and Hutcherson goes through on the 78, so a change for the final transfer spot with a few laps remaining here at Daytona.
Yeah, so Hutcherson going to go double conservative there. But Spangler going to try to make a charge back up, shredding that outside line, going to go to another outside.
Hutcherson hung up a little bit. Here comes Kunitz on the 63 into the mix as well. 3 riders want this final transfer spot. Who's going to take it?
Yeah, so we're going to be close to figuring out, do we have 1 lap to go?
Next time by, yeah, white flag should be waving.
So Hutcherson,
Hutcherson stacks it in the corner a little bit.
A couple people tuck their front like that and almost go OTB.
Oh, slide out for Spangler in the background, so Kunitz gets by.
Kunitz is going to be really the only one that's going to be able to put a charge on unless there's some big mistakes up here. Kunitz pushing. You see these guys, when they start blowing corners like that and tucking their fronts a little bit, that's how you know they're charging extra hard.
Oh, Hutcherson.
You see a mistake.
Sideways on the wall, has to get regrouped here for the whoops, and a little out of shape again. Kunitz going to pull alongside. Man, if that was coming to line right there. Little dualies action as the white flag waves. Kunitz going to cut back underneath and use this inside line to his advantage to make the move. Hutcherson into the back of him, but he stays on 2 wheels.
Yeah, that was so close. They rubbed knobbies. He was able to keep it up. I thought he was going to get high-sided over that, so he got lucky there. But now he's going to tuck the front going into these tight insides in the
he's
sand.
losing tons of spots right there.
So much
Hashi and Spangler both going by. Kunitz now scot-free out front, but has to survive the whoops. Woo! A little out of shape.
Ooh, yeah, clipping that. A little bit sketchy there, almost going over. So he's going to jump into that middle rut, though. Looks like he's feeling comfy, though, even though he's had some struggles here in this LCQ.
Meanwhile, up front, Fugler's taking the lead. Cooper Hunt. Wait a minute.
Whoa.
Where?
We lost a Cope?
Where's Dylan Copeland at? Dylan Copeland has disconnected, or what happened?
D-Cope has had some internet trouble, so he's going to come back somewhere.
Yeah, we'll wait to see where Copeland comes back. Definitely running into some...
oh, geez, internet issues for him.
Oh, and then ran into the back of there. Wow, man, what is going on?
Not getting a DDoS here, showing him in 16th right now, but he's just dropping from the spot.
Braden Carter just dropped by chat, said D-Cope had keys stolen, and said he was disconnected. What the heck is going on right now? Gunnar Fugler is going to bring it down to the line and take the victory in the LCQ. Billy Kunitz looks like he's going to pick up 2nd. Cooper Hunt should pick up 3rd here. And Ohashi will get 4th. Really curious to see what Race Factory does. Oh, actually, Ohashi's battling the line with Brennan, and Brennan just misses out. 1/10 down. Someone logged on to Dylan Copeland's key there. Carter Hutcherson, Ethan Parks, Dylan Burrell, Magnetti, LaCour, Skaken, Hockey, Spangler, Bomer, Kerr, and Copeland all not going through. Tunnel, Wells, Bachelet. So Copeland is the story right now. And let's see. I didn't see his disconnect message.
Oh, my gosh. It was from D-Mill's house. D-Mill said he played because Dylan Copeland makes a lot of trips down. Everybody in D-Mill's house. Oh, there it is. Dylan Copeland disconnected.
Dylan Copeland disconnected.
Everybody in D-Mill's house has PCs. They play Sim. One of them doesn't play very often. One of them probably trying to log in. And, wow, that is horrible.
So, Daniel Mills is in chat saying that...
yeah, we read it. So, yeah, he came down. He came in 2 months ago. He tried to join the server. Justin Musket. Oh, Musket. Come on.
Wow.
Yeah, Musket never really plays. Probably hasn't touched his computer since D-Cope was down here for Supercross. Oof.
So yeah, everyone's trying to plead in the server to get him in, but...
To see it.
I mean, I think, unfortunately, that's the risk you run when you're trying to use, like, either your reg key or config file and it's someone else's computer.
Yeah, just not resetting it back to Musket's own key when he left. That computer hasn't been used. You know, he doesn't race RF or anything, so probably just wanted to come and watch D-Mills and the boys shred. And dang, that's some bad luck. And so at first I was thinking, what's going to happen maybe with RF? So I don't think that's going to be an issue at all.
No, I don't think they're going to do anything.
At first, yeah, then I was thinking if somebody has his key and was doing it on purpose, if he was going to have to get a new key. So that just sounds like terrible, terrible luck, and definitely not how you want to have it happen in a transfer position with the red plate.
Man, that sucks.
Oh, that's...
And Musket coming in chat
Can we
right
get some
now.
F's in chat?
Yeah, F's in chat right now. Dylan Copeland not going to go to the main event tonight here in Daytona. Your points leader missing the main event 2 weeks in a row.
Oh,
unbelievable. So whoever gets the points lead tonight, be on the alert next week in Indy, because you're gonna have some weird target on your back for sure.
Yeah, man, that sucks, because I know, I'm pretty sure DK raced the opening round, one of the opening Anaheims from down at D-Mill's house, you know, because he comes down. Yeah, right. That's not key sharing. Get over it. You're fine. That just sucks.
Yeah.
So we used to have, man, you used to see back in the day, we had Jarrett Gaskew, Matt Burkeen, Dylan Copeland, Chase B. We had all these guys in D-Mill's house, all racing, people bringing their computers. Wednesday nights were an
Didn't realize you guys are such a legit esports team over there.
Hey, we were supposed to have a bro house, but none of us are actually good enough to have a real esports team. In any game, there was always a few of us good at Sim, few of us good at Counter-Strike, certain stuff like that. Man, that sucks. No, it's not race fixing. Stop.
So before we get too far, I saw a donation come through that I wanted to answer the question. Ashton Gross, $2. Ashton Gross, thanks. He says, "How did I get my job at Racer X?" So real short, as quick as possible, I can. I tried to apply at Racer X several times. I probably applied there like 4 times. I actually got interviewed once, but it didn't work out. And then I got an email from Jason Wygant probably 6 months ago now. Apparently his son watches the SYS channel stuff, so he's a fan of the videos and stuff like that, which is really cool. At the time, I just thought that in itself was really cool, and we just messaged me, and then he emailed me back like a month later and was like, "Dude, I really like what you're doing. We really want to bring you on board the team." And at first, I thought it was just going to be like a temporary or part-time thing, and then they offered me a job to be the online content editor, and worked out. It's amazing so far. I can't believe it still. The way that everything's worked out, but loving every single second of my job so far, and really appreciate everybody that supports the channel, because without you guys, there's no way I would have gotten that job. So.
Yeah, so it's all because of you.
Yep, all because of you.
Thank you guys.
Thanks to people like you.
It's so crazy how many kids I love and ride with and have shot photos of, like Rich Taylor, you know, he's pro rider, you know, local. His little brother Zach, super big fan and watches the races and the streams, so cool, and watches your stuff. And he's like, "Hey man, when you come up here, like, I'm gonna help him out, you know, like play with him or something a little bit, like just give him some settings or something, you know." But it's cool that people like that watch that. I know Chris Kiefer's kid Aiden watches a lot of your gameplay videos.
Did you see that Insta story last
night? Where he's sitting.
That's crazy.
That chair was so far back in the corners, like gaming setup with his desk. It was so funny. But yeah, watching your gameplay of the sim track where you ride sim, I think, or maybe Supercross, and you talk about the real life race from the past week and kind of what's up and coming. So, and those videos are super cool. So it's cool to see people I know and adults I know, their kids coming up, and people that hit me up on Instagram and at the track and stuff that just watch the videos and come out and support the channel. So that's cool for all you guys. So thank you guys for being here week in, week out. Donations, you know, we got 470 people here right now, so that's pretty good for past halfway through the series.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Incredible.
Again, so before the season started, my record for single, like just in a flash in the pan kind of moment, viewers at one time was 375, and I thought that was incredible for MX Simulator. Like, Sim is an awesome
and live
game
on a Wednesday.
Yeah, but live on a Wednesday night, like I just didn't really think it would translate that well. So I was always really happy to just have like 100 people show up and watch the racing. It was a good time. The fact that we've had I think every single round has had at least over 300 people, and every round except one has had over 400 people at least.
Yeah, and
watching.
we hit,
It's
what was it,
it's
700
insane.
or 800 at A1?
Somewhere up
Peak,
there, yeah.
it was
we
nuts,
were number
like-
2 on YouTube Gaming.
Yeah, that's just so
Like,
cool
it's
for you
crazy.
guys. And I really like the switch to YouTube. I feel like it's gotten still just as easy for you guys to send donations if you would like. I feel like the chat's a little bit easier. Maybe the stream delay is not as long. So it's cool to have you guys here, and we get to bring in the rest of the viewers. It's not separate on Twitch. We get to bring in all the subscribers from all the people that watch Start Your Systems here on YouTube. So thank you guys all for joining. It's so rad to have so many of you guys here. We used to stream outdoors. We would hit 100. And outdoors is way more fun, by the way. You guys got
You say this every week.
Oh, I love it. Outdoors is so good. I can't wait to bring the pit board back.
Oh, the
Dualies?
pit board. Oh my gosh. So
Sleepovers?
Too much alcohol consumed.
That's all right.
Oh boy, man. But
It's gonna be a
good
great time. But hey, we're 7 rounds away. But I'm pumped. You know, maybe I'll go to Paula this year. Maybe I'll try to request off work and go hang out with you at Paula, Mr. Big Racer X. We'll go hang out, do way too much walking, park on one side of the track and the pits on the other, and it's a mile away.
Come on, Paula is so much easier of a track to walk around than any other on the circuit because there's so little hills.
Okay, but it's just one side. Yeah, but I would rather. I feel like everything is so you're like want to be at one end or the other. I love Glen Helen, like walking around, because I feel like, and you got tunnels, so you got shortcuts everywhere. I think Glen Helen has pretty good accessibility. I've heard Muddy Creek does too, with a lot of their tunnel jumps and stuff like that.
Oh, so a bunch of tracks that aren't on the schedule anymore.
Muddy Creek's not?
No, Muddy Creek's not on the schedule anymore.
What the heck?
It wasn't even on the schedule last year.
Yeah,
Where have you been?
Clearly not paying attention. Oh, is that what they switched WW for?
Yeah, exactly.
It's always just so hot, and then I go to the river that weekend. It's Memorial Day, but
Unbelievable.
we'll go.
So many excuses for it.
We'll go hang out. Let me intern for you.
All right, 450 LCQ coming up right here at Daytona. 4 going to the main event, 5 minutes plus the lap, and we're going main event racing here soon. Let's drop that gate.
Ooh, good jump there from the number 17 of Adam Holm, but he's going to get yanked.
Whoa, a bunch of people going down halfway down the start straight. This is going to cause some chaos here as Brandon Holmes loops back around. What? Dalton Plessinger just went straight. Dalton Plessinger said, forget the first turn. He just went straight. He said he could skip a couple gates here, I guess. Dalton Plessinger
The fact
leads.
that it hasn't
my gosh.
updated means...
Well, if he hits the first turn gate, which is halfway through the first turn, there's only one more gate in the next turn.
Dalton, I love you, but...
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. How
one
this
of the
plays
funniest guys, AP, one of the funniest guys on the real life series,
out. DP.
younger brother, DP, coming and
boy.
giving us
yard sales.
coming and giving us one of the funniest moments that we've had this year. I just hope he doesn't ruin anything. Don't get banned. Just maybe disconnect. But that was good. So Adam Holm was able to actually hug the inside, get the whole shot over his homie Brandon Holmes. Lots of Holmes up front.
Holmes not even up
But
here
Holmes
anymore, though.
dropped
Somewhere
off
gone.
hard.
Reed Young,
Reed Young.
Chase Blakely, Alana Solis in the transfer spots right now. Plessinger is still up here in 5th, so he's clearly going to just go for it at this point.
Oh, man. Sorry. So that was, Dalton, you might want to just save yourself. If somebody's friends with Dalton, tell him to just
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Just pull off disconnect, and you probably won't get in trouble maybe, but...
Well, he's definitely going to get a lot of cuts. There's no doubt about that, because going from gate 2 to gate 4 as fast as he did, he's going to have a ton of cuts.
But the thing is, if he touches anybody here, affects anything, that's going to be a big thing. So
yeah, that's true. No,
you just
look at all
gotta
5
get
of our leaders right
out
here.
of this,
All
Dalton
5 guys in the lead out front.
in one corner. So Reed Young followed closely by that sweet Alpine Stars gear.
Chase B.
Chase
Sideways
B.
in the whoops. Oh, he's going for the Alessi route in the whoops as he jumps back in on the side. Whoa! The camera
That was a little
freaking
Dalton
out.
Plessinger
Lag
pause
skipping.
right there.
Look at all 5 of these
freaking out.
guys stacked in here.
These guys are nuts.
Oh, block pass galore. Lana Solis going for the deke right
Yes.
there on Adam Holm, and that's Dalton Plessinger in.
Dalton's
third.
just got it. I don't even. We can just ignore him right now. But
Dude, if he doesn't get enough cuts, people are gonna do that in the main event.
Nah, he's gonna get. It's gonna be a kick or a ban or a DQ or something. Probably a suspension. But
Well, he's moving into second right now.
I mean, shoot. Why would you do that if you're gonna have this much speed to be able to kill it and get yourself in?
Maybe he was down in the first turn and just got up after his tip over and was like, I'm just gonna send it.
I'm gonna screw it, but man, just sending it still, I guess.
I'm just gonna keep on sending it.
Just gonna send it.
Well, he moved into second now around Blakely, and he's going after Reed Young for the lead. Dalton Plessinger not messing around here.
I don't even know what's happening right now. He's gonna make a move for the lead. Dalton Plessinger
jumps
locks
into
in the
flat.
wall.
And he's going to take over the race lead
For the second time.
What is happening? There's no way they're giving him this spot.
No, this is not okay. No, he's not gonna get. So basically, it's gonna be a battle for fifth because there's no chance. That's not okay. They're not gonna endorse this. I can't. It's so funny.
Pulling away. Oh, slide out, and
Ryan
he's gonna
Sipes.
lose the lead. Here comes Chase Blakely alongside Reed Young into the whoops.
Side by side along Reed Young. We're gonna see them both go over the wall at the same time. They're gonna power down the backside.
Trileys. Give us the Trileys.
Not even dualies. Give us the
Trileys.
Tri-
Oh man, what an absolute failure!
What a freaking
unlike that
letdown.
Reed Young and Dalton Plessinger is unbelievable.
What are you doing? Don't even log into this server if you're not gonna throw a whip when you're side by side with someone.
So Blakely takes over the lead. Dalton Plessinger now in second. Reed Young is in third. And Adam Holm is in fourth, but we believe...
Alanis is basically in fourth,
Yeah,
I
Alanis
think.
Salas is probably going to the main event if it plays out. We'll see.
If I like Dalton. Dalton's cool, whatever. I don't want to talk to him, but, like, if he does get this transfer spot...
Oh, Salas almost over the bars. Dude, if these guys go down and lose enough time, like, Plessinger could legitimately, even after cuts, still make it in.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's actually going to have that many cuts because it takes the average time through those gates, so I don't know how much
It's
you
got
get
to be at
from
least,
cutting,
7-8 seconds, though?
from cutting the start, though, because you only hit that once.
Yeah, but he's skipping the third gate, going straight from 2 to 4, and you have to go in one whole extra corner to get to that third gate. I would think at least 7-8 seconds.
Yeah, maybe we'll see, but even if he does stay in, I don't think there's any way they let him race, but it's definitely interesting. He hasn't really affected too much besides kind of getting in the way, like right here,
Yeah, just
where
in the
Holmes
middle.
not going to double.
Here's our front four. It is Blakely, Young, Plessinger, and Holm out front right now.
And with an asterisk, top four is, who's behind him?
Alanis Salas still.
Solid.
41.
So they got a pretty good gap here. I mean, as long as these guys don't go down, we'll just kind of have to see what's going on.
Plessinger. Oh, man, what a save.
I feel like you can't be doing that if you're that sketchy. Like, he's a hazard.
White flag
Hazard on the
waving.
racetrack. We're going to see what's going to happen here soon. Plessinger's kind of
Reed
ripping,
Young.
though.
Reed Young just tipped over. If Plessinger goes and wins this thing right now, are you kidding me?
That would be epic. I mean, he did get a head start, but
Yeah. I mean, he blew it. He went down on the wall jump.
yeah, that's true. But so maybe he's going to be able to gain the time back. But Chase B putting on a strong showing in that very colorful.
Look at he's going after Blakely for the lead in the
A-Stars
wall jump.
gear. Look at him. He wants it.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, we're playing MX Alive.
MX Swimulator. Look at
Swimming.
landing into the transition there.
Who was the swimmer? Is that Rush? Hunter Root.
Hunter Root was a
He was
junior
swimming.
Olympic swimmer, I believe it was. Or something like that. He was on a really good swim team.
Yeah, and he was really good in sim, and then also very young and immature, and got himself in trouble and didn't.
But he
race.
was fast as can be. Look at Plessinger
Fast as-
hopping
Oh!
onto Chase Blakely.
That is what we did not want
Knocks
to see.
him off the
Dalton.
side of the track. Somehow Blakely stayed on 2 wheels, though. I have
Yeah,
no
that
idea
was so
how.
lucky. Chase B is gonna get a little bummed right here.
Wow. Dalton,
Yeah, there's no way.
Dalton Plessinger
He got
just
kicked.
got
Yep.
kicked. Yep.
And he's gone.
Dalton Plessinger waved the black flag. He has now been kicked from the server. So that is going to give us an easy
Here's the thing.
glimpse here.
Cohen hour. It took you 6 minutes.
Yeah, that was a
until
little bit long.
He almost affected the outcome of the race.
Blakely going to take
Chase
the
B!
win in the LCQ. Reed Young, Adam Holm. Joseph Pilsner made the move on Alanis Salas, and barring a disaster here, he's going to the main event. Salas going to be disappointed with that, but yeah, I'm kind of with you a little bit there. That was a little too long.
There's just been this is
If you're
supposed to be
gonna
the
kick him-
premier 450 class.
If
where
you're gonna
it's so
kick
strict.
him, like you have to come to that decision faster. You can't let him just ride in the front group and then kick him 2 corners before the finish line.
Yeah, exactly. After he lands on someone and almost cost him what could have been, if something happened to him, the transfer spot. So a little, I'm not a fan of some of the officiating. I'm just not going to talk anymore
zip our
about
lip.
that.
We'll move on. Ian Holm, Alana Solis.
F's in chat. R.I.P.
Tyler Schmidt, Zoe Cross, Jake Warden, Roy Mitchell, Jeremy Shipley.
Oh, that was so sick.
Did he land that?
Yeah.
Oh, he did land it.
What
That
a
was just like
sicko.
an underflip.
What a sicko. That was like almost a barrel roll. That was a dirty under. That was sick.
Dalton Plessinger out of this one. Benny Landry going to be the last one coming to the line here. It looks like Whelan, Davis, Seidhoff, Carpenter, Gable, Holmes all not going to the main event tonight. I wonder if Holmes, we didn't see it, but I wonder if he crashed in that 4th corner there or whatever and immediately disconnected. Kind of a weird situation there. All right, still waiting on Benny Landry on the 143 SwapMotoLive.com ride to get all the way in as he's coming around.
Was that Alex? I don't know if Alex was the decision maker on that, but I would just do that probably right away next time.
Well,
Alex.
so what he said is it makes more sense. They were discussing the previous LCQ scenario with Dylan Copeland, so maybe they didn't have enough time or what have you to look into the situation of what happened with Plessinger. So I get it. Sometimes they're a little busy.
They were distracted. Yeah, but I feel like D-Cope's thing is cut and dry. Something happened. He's out for the night. I don't know what they're talking about, but
so what did Plessinger ended up
talk about?
Plessinger ended up getting 11.41 seconds of cuts after it. So yes, had he finished the race in the lead, he would have made it.
He would have made it. Yeah, and then they probably would have done, but
because the Solis was, well, yeah, I guess I don't know. Pilsner wasn't.
Alex is.
I don't know. So confused. Anyway, Reed Young picks up the win on cuts. Blakely drops to 3rd after cuts. Blakely had 2.20 seconds of cuts there.
Yeah, can we get that? Maybe one day JLV will make the cuts readable.
Right?
One day.
It'd be really
it's
nice
been
if
9
so
years.
I understand the left side of the screen having the scroll or the running tally as you're coming. It'd be nice if when the race is over, it moved to the center of the screen and had a little display box or something like that. And maybe you could close out of it or something.
Yeah, but that's some UI design, and that's probably not. Yeah.
He took enough time to user interface design the scroll wheel across the top. You think you could move the box of results to the center of the screen?
Move it over, put a black background so we could see maybe half opacity so that there's something. Yeah, maybe assign the cuts next to each rider so you can see where they moved up and down. But hey, that'll probably happen within the next 7 or 8 years, if not at all. Scripting was
right
supposed
before
to give us
MX Simulator
everything.
2 comes out. That'll happen.
Yeah. He's just going to take his money and run. All for me, baby. Thank you, Chase B.
Come on. JLV is too legit. You can't be dogging him like that.
Don't bully my breed.
Why you bully?
Why you bully me? Samoa Joe is going to win it all. Hands down the quickest dude out there. I thought Joe Motocross was looking pretty good in practice, though. We're going to have to see when can the mouse not be in the race when
I
you
usually
start.
put it top right corner,
put him
but
in the corner.
sometimes I miss it. I'm sorry. All right, folks.
Oh, yeah, maybe JLV will make it disappear.
250 main event coming up next here in MX Simulator. And we have all of our heavy hitters in, really. There wasn't anything too... Well, I'm saying that outside of the Dylan Copeland situation, all of our heavy hitters that struggled last week, I should say, made it in this week. Leitzel winning last week. We got all 3 of our previous winners in tonight's main event. Logan Leitzel last week, Colby Eaglin from Arlington, and defending champion Isaiah Dickerson from the opening round at Tampa. All in this main event, ready to go. Or maybe we'll see a new winner. Maybe Dominic Tiberino gets in there. Maybe William St. Laurent, someone like that.
Yeah, St. Laurent definitely looking good. No, I'm good with you, Alex. I was just saying, never mind. We'll talk later. Man, it's going to be really interesting here. So we have all the heavy hitters combined from both races. You saw Dickerson check out by 35 seconds in an 8-minute heat race. You saw Eaglin check out by about 15, 20 seconds So are those two guys going to come back with a vengeance, or is somebody like William St. Laurent, Logan Leitzel, going to be able to have a good start and run away with this thing? I think the start is going to be very, very interesting. And
who are you picking for a start? We got Studio ATE always donating on starts if we pick the whole shot winner. Let's see if A-Wood can give us a winner here tonight.
Whole shot. Let me just think. Deep down, I feel it.
Alex Theodore Efforts, of course, the man behind the mission there.
I love Alex.
I don't know his middle name. I'm guessing.
Me neither, but I love him. Oh. Yeah, I forgot that's what his nickname. I'm thinking it's going to come to me. I got some time here. Hold on, boys. It's going to be a winner. So winning doesn't always happen right away.
It's going to be
Colby Eaglin.
All right, Colby Eaglin has been called the Studio ATE Whole Shot Award winner. If he gets it, we get donations. If he doesn't,
oh, did he say that?
Pretty much
or
nothing happens. Yeah, he said pick, and we'll get a winner here tonight. So Colby Eaglin's been called by A-Wood. We're going to see a new red plate holder after tonight as well.
Eaglin for the whole shot, Dickerson for the dub. With a 15-second cover.
We got a string of hashtags rolling through chat right now. People saying hashtag free Dalton on that situation. All right, time to go. 250 main event, round number 4 of the 2020 250 SX East Championship. Nice pick, A-Wood. Colby Eaglin down the far inside. This is going to be a good one. JLV is going to moonwalk his way off the track. Once again, it's time to go racing. 250 main event right now from Daytona.
And the gate is down, not the best jump, but he does have the inside line.
Oh, and we got a red flag.
Ooh,
I said knock on wood.
I
said knock on wood, and you knocked on yourself, and it didn't work. Unbelievable.
I hope you can hear that. Let me see.
Damn, dude, your head is hollow. What is that? That's okay. My head doesn't make that noise when I hit it. Is this the main event?
Right above my temple. There's a lot of open bone there.
All right, here we go. Time to go racing once again.
Geez.
This time it is really the 250 main event from Daytona. Let's drop that gate.
Oh, he had a great jump and a good start. Okay, so not as good of a jump as J-Gas, but he's going to pull him, and he's on the inside.
Dickerson going to get to the corner first, but let's see if Eaglin's going to hug down the inside. No, Dickerson, whole shot away from Kunitz, and down the inside going Eaglin in the second corner trying to get it back away. We have Leitzel getting in the mix as well. But it's Dickerson out front in Daytona.
Can we get some F's in chat for that missed call? Dickerson, though, out front. And with the strong showing, unless Eaglin can make a move quick here up into second and start giving his teammate Dickerson a fight for the lead, Dickerson might come out. And I'm feeling pretty good about that 15-second cover right there that I called. Eaglin trying to make some moves, though. Billy Kunitz out in second with a great start, getting a little bit sketchy through the sand. Let's see how these guys attack this fresh new track for this main event.
Yeah, Kunitz on the 63 giving chase already, splitting the MV Films teammates on that ASB Performance number 63 machine. Into the whoops we go. Let's see who gets on the best. Dickerson really clean out front. Kunitz getting a swap towards the end into the wall, and he almost goes up and over the bars.
Yeah, so these 250 guys, we were seeing a lot more mistakes on that wall than the 450 guys did. As we see somebody almost going over the bars in the background there. It's going to be interesting to see if these guys have cleaned up their mistakes after such sketchy heat races I've seen by these 250 guys.
Blows that outside rut right there. A little mistake there for the 63, and now goes out on the inside rut, so that's going to allow Eaglin through into second. Leitzel on the 18 wanting to get into third, and that would put all 3 of our race winners out front.
Yeah, I'm surprised that so many of those guys are taking that inside line in that sand where they're having so many problems before the Gator pit. That middle rut is a lot smoother, and we were seeing a lot of the faster 450 guys hit the middle rut. But Logan Leitzel is going to move up here.
Oh, Leitzel going to cut back underneath under Kunitz, and he goes into third. Gaskew now moves into fourth alongside Kunitz as they go through the rollers here into the Gator pit. Kunitz trying to fight back. Gaskew launching into the moguls at the end. Kunitz slides down on the inside. Gaskew trying to slingshot around the outside, but gets the door shut on him. Into the whoops they go.
Yeah, and Gaskew had a great showing in our first 250 heat race here tonight. Kunitz looking a little bit faster, but also super sketchy. I feel like Gaskew is really comfortable on this track and just going to be consistent here. Even if his lap times aren't up to pace, I wouldn't be surprised to see him finish still somewhere up inside the top 5 or near it.
Oh, and he gets together. Gaskew down with Fugler.
Yeah, Fugler throwing it in way deep, way unnecessary early it seems, but Kunitz, that's going to allow some guys past him. Kunitz still up here giving a charge, but look at him making so many mistakes here.
Here comes St. Laurent on the 86, who is also in a pretty good points position early on in this season, and he's trying to make some more points up here. Oh, Kunitz down after the whoops, and St. Laurent goes through.
Man, these guys are nuts right here. So look at these guys coming into this wall. They're having to brake super hard and get the power down. St. Laurent's going to struggle on it right there.
Gets over that triple.
Kunitz hits it cleaner, though, but not able to gain too much time. He's going to charge up the inside. He's going to elect to go inside here. Let's see if he dives to the inside again or uses that second rut.
Can't quite shut the door, so St. Laurent gets him back, but Kunitz gets a drive from the middle rut as he squares back underneath. They're going to go on-off, double into the tabletop over the tunnel here.
Launching into the beginning of that wall and then slowing down a lot for the other launch to flat. St. Laurent coming here, hugging that tight inside. Those guys going inside all of the ruts. But we have seen the outside be used if you charge the moguls earlier in the 450 heat races. But St. Laurent here on a charge to move up, try to get himself some more points here tonight. He is definitely in the championship battle.
Kunitz trying to slingshot around from the outside, actually wheelied and lost traction, so he loses a little bit of ground. We have Ohashi on the 174 also in the mix as he's coming over the wall right behind these guys. Let's peek back out front, take a look at gaps as they've established 4 minutes into this race. It is Isaiah Dickerson still leading the main event. Colby Eaglin looks like he's about 5 seconds back of him on the 24 here, and then another 2 or 3 seconds back to Logan Lights on the 18 as they are all running pretty tight-knit still and gapping the rest of the field early in this main.
Yeah, these guys definitely, when you get a great start and you can get yourself up front, you know you're the class of the field right here. These guys definitely have the speed week in and week out. So to see Logan Leitzel up here along with St. Laurent trailing him, and then the two guys out front, the MB Films riders, if you get a good start, I wasn't surprised that these guys can just start putting it together and start gapping the rest of the field. They seem like they're in a league of their own. You see a little bit of mistake of Colby Eaglin right up here. And Leitzel's going to try to make up some ground here and try to move himself up into the second spot.
Yeah, attacking these moguls well. Eaglin definitely lost a little bit of time, kind of slipping on the front wheel out of the second switchback corner and losing time to his teammate out front, Dickerson, but Leitzel got the bit between his teeth here. He is closing this gap down awfully quick.
Yeah, Logan Leitzel making a little bobble there. Going to lose a little bit of time, maybe about half a second there. He stood up pretty good, actually, in that rut. But these whoop sections, you see so much time being gained right there by Leitzel, but he has a small mistake on the wall. Colby Eaglin hasn't lost touch of Dickerson as much as I thought Dickerson would pull away in the early laps here. I know we're only 5.5 minutes in, but these guys are all staying pretty consistent, and their speed is really close. It's interesting to see how these guys gel. After being in separate heat races, being able to see them all on the track at the same time.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it's a lot closer than those heat races suggested it would be, as Kunitz still holds on to the 4 spot ahead of Ohashi, who's running a solid top 5. Frank Jackson back here is in 6th on the 67 machine. The Viratco rider holding off William St. Laurent, who's dropped a few spots on the 86 Mad Cape ride. Gunnar Fugler on the Team T number 90, just ahead of Dominic Tiberino, which is actually his teammate, that T Gritty, number 77. Tiberino, right in the thick of this championship hunt, wants to start making passes as quickly as possible and get as many points in this main event.
Yeah, if you finish about
St. Laurent with the track reentry.
Yeah, St. Laurent down, going to come in just behind Tiberino there. But okay. If you come in or if you lose that much time or that many points, you're going to drop when all these guys were so close. You got the top 5 within so many points of each other.
On the inside,
you don't want to be scoring a 9th, you know. You want to be up there in the top 5 where the rest of the guys are. See Jarrett Gaskew there still trailing G-Fug. G-Fug trying to make the pass on St. Laurent. He's going to go around the outside.
Bar to bar, a little crossover from St. Laurent and then launches with a scrub on the wall. Fugler tries to get the power down as he attacks the moguls down the inside, but St. Laurent shuts the door, and they're going back and forth. Now Fugler down the inside, launches and goes over the bars. Just a little overzealous there, probably upset with the contact on the corner before and launching into the corner to try to make a block pass, but St. Laurent read it beautifully.
Yeah, Gunnar seems like he has a very, very short fuse here. The series been putting it together and trying to come back and be serious, but when you're doing stuff like that, he had an early takeout on kind of unnecessary on Jared Gaskew, and then you're going to try to make a move there and then just launch and almost take out another rider. We'll have to see what happens if that gets protested. I know it didn't affect anybody else too much, but we'll see if the officials have anything to say about that. We still got Jarrett Gaskew here, though, trailing St. Laurent here, trying to make his way up. He's been feeling really comfy here tonight.
Yep. Further back, we have John Heilman and Fugler, who just got up from his crash, still kind of battling it out here just inside of the top 10. Lewis Williams putting in a solid effort. Tyron Tomic in what I believe is his first ever main event, running a solid pace as well, ahead of Garrett Hollenbeck and Trevor Burns. So just kind of running through the field here and taking a look at guys maybe a little further back that we're not going to talk about much, as Tomic actually loses a spot to Hollenbeck there. Let's peek back out front and see where we're at gap-wise. It's Dickerson from Eaglin. Looks like not much has changed. Maybe a little closer.
About 6 or 7 seconds.
Yeah.
I thought last time I saw him scroll by. We'll see right here shortly. Colby Eaglin's looking so good when this track's starting to break down. The way he's kind of attacking those bumps and getting himself laid over into those corners. And he's been great in the whoops all night. He's actually dropped that down to 4.3 seconds, so he is gaining time.
Lap time check. 1:35.5. Eaglin just ran the same lap back-to-back times. 37.8 for Dickerson last time, so actually lost over 2 seconds that last lap alone. Leitzel 37.1, gaining on Dickerson, but losing time to Eaglin just in front of him, as the top three have definitely opened up a huge gap now. Frank Jackson back here on a 38.1. He's 23 seconds down of Leitzel in third.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out though to Frank Jackson, as we're on board with him on this VROC code ride number 67. Looking great here, and to be in the 4th place in this stack 250 East class is a pretty big deal, I feel, especially when you look at some of the names that this guy has trailing him. He's been just putting together solid lap times. Nothing too crazy, not on the speed that the other guys are, but he's able to keep it together for the most part. Even though he's 30 seconds down almost off of 3rd place, he's keeping it together, and that's all that matters here is some consistency. And he's been killing the whoops every single lap. So
yeah, straight as an arrow through him, which we have not seen a lot in this 250 class tonight. Guys have been bouncing around all over the place. He actually has Ohashi right behind him. Yeah. Ohashi dumps the front wheel in that corner, loses a spot to Billy Kunitz.
Sorry, I think our 3rd place rider went down. I saw that Jackson had gained some time.
Oh, it's Eaglin. So Leitzel's gotten back around Colby Eaglin to move into 2nd. So the 18 machine now into P2 as we just crest into the 10-minute mark. So 5 minutes and a lap left to go. Dickerson is now looking at over a 1 fall-off length lead, 12.3 seconds on Leitzel.
Yeah, so Dickerson definitely just got a huge gift there by Eaglin going down. We're not sure where that happened. I just saw the gap change while we were following Frank Jackson, luckily, so that's why I wanted to point that out. Logan Leitzel, though, gotta try to put on a charge here, and these guys are going to be pretty spread out right now, but, man, Eaglin's still kind of right on him. So Eaglin, I feel like, best case scenario, he's going to have to try to get back up on the rear end and at least move himself into 2nd. With both of those guys missing the main last week, and our new points leader Dylan Copeland missing the main this week. Huge shakeup in points, and these guys Eaglin needs to get back up there as quick as possible, get as many points as possible tonight over Logan Leitzel.
Eaglin definitely trying to put a charge back in right now and run down Logan Leitzel for that 2nd spot. Still Frank Jackson. Oh, Billy Kunitz cartwheeling in the sand. That's going to cost him 5th as Ohashi goes on by. It's a weird spot to cartwheel as well, as Kunitz also loses a spot to St. Laurent and Tiberino there on the 77. So Tiberino making good progress, trying to get inside of the top 5 and salvage some valuable points here tonight, as he has now caught the back of William St. Laurent on this Mad Cape Suzuki.
Yeah, really weird how he fell there on that roller. Just compact the suspension. There must be getting some pretty gnarly bumps there coming in, and not used to seeing people hit that hard and go over the bars in like a roller section. So we got St. Laurent here being chased by Dominic Tiberino. Tiberino moving up. So all of these guys have looked pretty good. You can definitely tell that we have the class of the field up front, but these guys still looking strong. These guys are still absolutely killing it back here. Tiberino's going to try to move up the inside. He's going to go on off. Let's see if he launches this double. They both do, and we're going to get some
big dualies for St. Laurent.
Bar turn dualies. Yeah, St. Laurent's been tossing it, so he's going to miss that really inside rut they've been making, and Tiberino's going to make the pass going into these 2 wall sections.
Yeah, Tiberino looks like he is the man on a mission right now. Up to 6th spot now, 3.4 seconds down of Ohashi, and Frank Jackson just up the road from him.
Still chugging along, Frank Jackson, just still killing it.
Look at
Super
him go.
Good ride. And Ohashi, man, he was fast, but he was sketchy in the earlier heats. He was about 5th in this heat, so you think they're going to be somewhere around 10th. to see Ohashi just killing it up here in 5th place is just super. I'm pumped for these guys to have such consistent races.
I am this pumped, man.
I am Dungy pumped, which, as you know, is super pumped.
Super pumped.
Super pumped.
All right, Frank Jackson still. Oh, Leitzel down out of 2nd as we switch up to 2nd, and Eaglin goes back by. So these guys are running into some crash problems as they fight for the podium positions. Isaiah Dickerson continuing to stretch out his lead, and he's doing this double 3 line so smoothly. Oh my goodness, the number 1 machine looking smooth as butter out front with 2 minutes on the lap to go at Daytona.
Yeah, he's looking super good here tonight, and just definitely. I mean, Eaglin looked good, but Eaglin made the mistakes. I feel like if Eaglin, we saw that Eaglin was able to actually gain some time after his start.
Oh, a little mistake, but a nice save for Dickerson out front.
Yeah, probably about the first mistake of the night from Isaiah Dickerson. But Colby Eaglin, I feel like, had the speed. He kind of showed that in his heat race. But Dickerson just has that little bit more edge, and he's had the consistency here. Look at him just flowing around this track. You're going to see him working the braking bumps, doubling in, and then doubling into that inside rut there. Slaying these corners, throwing big whips, feeling comfy.
Yeah, he definitely looks like, other than that little mistake in the whoops just a moment ago, he looks like he's got things pretty under control. Eagland, I guess, isn't terribly far back. 11.6 seconds is the gap, so you have that crash from Dickerson late here, and we suddenly have a really good race. Leitzel back here. Jackson and Ohashi still pretty close. St. Laurent's gotten back around Tiberino, so St. Laurent looks like he's picked up his pace here in the closing stages. He's trying to get some points as well and go into the top 5 if he can on the 86.
Yeah, these guys have been going back and forth. I even just saw Tomic go back by in 11th. We said we think it's his first main event, and just to see this like 5 to 10 range hasn't really changed much. So a couple small things as people make some mistakes.
Ohashi
down in the corner. That's kind of weird spot. Must have just pushed his front and had a fall off. Tiberino going to miss the triple.
Oh, this driving to the whoops isn't the best, and he's hopping. Getting around together.
He's going to get across.
Nice job.
St. Laurent, though, going to move into the 5th place spot. Hold it down. And these guys have just been going at it. Oh, St. Laurent.
Oh, yeah.
No, so, what?
No, it was St. Laurent that tipped over on the wall jump entry. So Tiberino now finds himself up inside of the top 5, which is exactly what we were talking about. Salvage night. He's going to try to close down on Frank Jackson and maybe get 4th before this thing is over. Up front,
Dickerson
just missed. 15 minutes on the dot right now, and we're after the finish line already. So he must have missed by maybe a second or two clicking the timer because the white flag has still not come out.
Yeah, so we're going to get another 3 minutes and 15 seconds or so added on. So this is going to be a 18 and a half minute main event for these guys as they come along. But Dickerson is just, he's only 12 seconds ahead.
And he's got to be dreading the fact that he did get that extra lap too, because now he's running into lap traffic, which you said wasn't going to be too much of an issue tonight, but it seems like he's actually catching a pretty hefty group in front of him.
Yeah, and the race went so long, and these guys are just in pockets, so we thought they would be more spread out. Hopefully he can get through them with ease, but with 2 laps left, he's probably not going to be the only one going through them, so I guess that's kind of a bonus. You know, if he caught them on the last lap, maybe it might have just been him. But yeah, so you got 3 guys. You see one of them was down in the corner in front of him. He's just going to have to pick and choose
Donovan,
his
on the
line.
51, it looks like, ahead of him here.
Yeah, Donovan right here. So getting the blue flag, and they'll probably move over as I'm sure they haven't had the blue flag too much here tonight.
Donovan going to swing wide maybe on the start straight as Dickerson coming into the mix. Donovan actually not letting him go just yet as they attack the whoops here. This could be sketchy moments if Donovan gets crossed up as he's side by side with Dickerson.
Ooh.
Whoa, we have the 83 coming back on track right there. And Donovan will eventually concede the position as Dickerson crosses the line. White flag now waving. That was the 83 of Peter Like rejoining. So they've actually put a couple people a lap down here. Trevor Burns, Seth Garrett, Cooper Hunt, going back to Tyson Craig in 21st, and Ethan Gerst, who appears to have disconnected. Tyson Craig also disconnected back there.
Yeah, so they've lapped up to 16th place, which is pretty impressive on a 1:35 lap time track for these guys. But Dickerson now got some clear air. Let's see what else he's coming into. We got guys cartwheeling in the background. He's got about 4 or 5 riders within the next 10 seconds in front of him. So we'll kind of see how that ends up working out. I wonder if we look behind him, Colby Eaglin.
Still charging, yeah.
Still charging, though, and looks like he's
Leitzel.
within 10 seconds now.
Leitzel's lost a lot of time. Tiberino, Kunitz, Fugler. St. Laurent, Hollenbeck, top 10 right now. We'll come back and check out these guys in a second, just trying to make sure Dickerson can take us to the line as he's coming over the on-offs one more time. And see Eaglin in the background, just wishing he could get one more chance at Dickerson for the lead, but this has been all Isaiah Dickerson since the gate drop out here in Daytona.
Yeah, and Dickerson ruining my 15-second cover. Only has an 11-second lead right now, but at least I got the winner right if he's able to hold on to this. So one interesting thing to note is Colby Eaglin has 42 points. Isaiah Dickerson is 2 points in front of him with 44.
I believe Leitzel's going to have red plate after this, right? As Dickerson, he's
Yes.
wheeling down the start straight. He still has got to get through the whoops one more time, lad.
That was
As
impressive.
Coming down, Chase Donovan alongside of him. He's going to go over the wall jump. Backflips the wall jump. Ballsy move, but I guess he's got a big enough lead. How about it, folks? Isaiah Dickerson comes back this week and wins the Daytona Supercross in the 250 division, as Colby Eaglin is going to have to settle for second. A valiant ride, though, after both riders missed the main event last week. They go 1-2 this week in Daytona as the current points leader sits on the sidelines.
So he must have done that because Eaglin fell, but then he ruined my
Your 15
chances
spread.
at the 15-second spread. So Logan Leitzel, though, coming across here in third place. So he was currently third coming into the championship. He was 4 points back from Dylan Copeland, 1 point back from Tiberino. So Logan Leitzel looks like he's going to...
Actually, I think if Tiberino makes his pass here on Kunitz, Tiberino might take the points lead.
Or a tie.
Well, it's going to be 21 points for Tiberino, then 20 points for Kunitz, 19 for Tiberino.
Leitzel, though.
As they run.
Leitzel's only down by 1.
Yeah, so I think Tiberino, if he can get Kunitz at the line here, would get the points lead, but he's not. I think it's actually going to be a tie. I think so. Oh, man,
No, so Leitzel finished 2 spots ahead, so that's going to be...
Well, he finished 3 spots ahead, but I think it's only a 3-point gap, and he's 3 points behind, right?
Oh, he was. No, he's 1 point back. Leitzel's only 60 to 61.
Oh, okay. He said that confusing to me.
Leitzel probably followed by Tiberino. St. Laurent having a bad race, so it's going to be close between...
Hashi wraps out the top 10 there.
St. Laurent might hold on to it, but it's to third place in the championship, followed by Dickerson and Eaglin. It's going to be close between that third and fourth place spot.
Lewis Williams, John Heilman, 11th, 12th. Fitzpatrick, 13th here. Chase Donovan comes across 14th. Tyron Tomich with the top 15 in his first career main event. He'll be probably not too thrilled with the actual ride, but a good result in the end of it, as Gaskew's going to come across the whoops here, and looks like he will be our last runner that we need to cross here, I think. As he comes across, and indeed it does. Let's see, cuts change anything. Actually, it looks like...
Whoa.
No, never mind. I'm sorry. That was
It's
not a
hard
change.
to tell sometimes when the camera moves a lot.
Yeah, all right. So Dickerson confirmed a race winner. Colby Eaglin right behind him in second. They're celebrating on they're touching knobbies.
They're doing burnouts in Daytona sign in the infield. Look at these guys.
Oh, and then they both loop off each other. It's
It
kinda
happens.
funny. I mean, they're not doing it on the concrete, though. They're doing it on the Daytona sign. They're just ruining the grass out
I mean,
there.
that's just as cool, though. Look at that beautiful Daytona flag. These guys have killed the track. Looks good this week. As far as how
great
much
job
it's
by the Race Factory Gaming track crew on the aesthetics of the track, for sure.
aesthetics. Yes, you guys crushed it.
Just
If
crushing
aesthetics
it,
on
dude.
racetracks, yeah, you'd be crushing it.
All right.
Where's
450,
Jack on?
450 hole shot, would give it to me. Got to think about it hard. Getting
Leclerc's-
so hard.
So Leclerc's guy, I went 0 for 2 on my picks earlier. Braden Carter wanted me to pick him earlier today, but I don't like what I saw in the heat, and he didn't really qualify that good. Let's see what we got. I'm going to channel this again. Probably just going to end up getting second. Leclerc.
All right,
whole
Leclerc
shot. Win. Gebhardt. 5 second spread.
All right. It would given us spreads now too. I didn't realize this was a thing.
I was betting the other day, so.
All right, fair enough. I dig it.
Well, I thought that. Actually, no, I basically got that last one because you did a backflip, you wheelied down the start straight like Dickerson, and then you still gave me a 12.5 seconds. Like, come on, you could have just gotten me something. Just let me be right for once. So Leclerc whole shot, Gebhardt for the win. Let's get some picks. Who do you think is going to take the dub here tonight, Kellen?
Who do I think is going to take the dub? I think Jack Haley's picking up his first win of the year tonight. I think he needs it.
I love him.
Now that this championship is suddenly really swung back in his favor as a potential repeat champion, if he wins tonight, that'll just be icing on the cake for what has been a huge week for him in terms of points.
So before we get loaded in here, I want to update real quick. So we have Jeremy Siebold with 165 points. He is your current points leader since Russ Chapman got banned. 2 points back in Mitchell with 163. Jack Haley is 7 points out of the championship lead with 158. But then a huge gap down to Gebhardt. So if Gebhardt wins here tonight, Jack Haley's somewhere up there. All Jack really has to do is get some points on Siebold and Mitchell to move himself up even further. If Gebhardt, Smith, or Leclerc want to move themselves up in the championship, they're 38 points, 41 points, and 52 points out of the championship lead right now. So those three are pretty far back here. So it's going to be a Siebold, Mitchell, Haley battle here tonight as far as moving into being the new championship points leader. It's going to be, as we load into the gate here, I'll let Kellen take over for our whole shot.
Yeah, this is going to be a barn burner, folks. So glad that you guys could join us tonight. We've had a lot of awesome people in the chat hanging out, watching the race. Going to be a great 20-minute plus one lap main event. It's time for the main event, round number 10 from Daytona. The revs are going up. JLB is moonwalking his way up the track. Let's go racing.
And Leclerc getting a slightly better jump than Haley, but Haley getting the wheel up. Leclerc's going to be on the inside.
Gets in the corner first. Dennis Fjellberg on the 3 rips the whole shot from the middle. The Norwegian rider for MV Films out front, and it's going to be Holm stacking up in second. Leclerc looks like he's in third as they come into the whoops.
Yeah, Holm, though, after really disappointing performances earlier, gets a great start here, and he's in second place. Fjellberg was looking good earlier. They're going to go dualies
over the finish line jump as Fjellberg leads the first lap. As Holm settles into second, we got Leclerc in third. We got Cohenauer in fourth. And Jeremy Siebold, last week's winner, he's up in fifth. As Wilcox goes down in the middle there, I see Blakely. Sean Klein got a good start, so he's up front as well. Everybody funneling for positions as they head into this corner. Fjellberg makes a mistake, and Holm to the lead.
Yeah, so Holm to the lead. Fjellberg right behind him getting a little bit sketchy. Leclerc almost jumping into the back of him there. We're going to see if Leclerc can get by Fjellberg. Fjellberg is all over the place. Let's see, look at these guys soaking up.
Stopped for that wall jump there.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a technique. It almost seems like the 450 guys are all better.
Fjellberg fighting back for the lead as he gets around Leclerc on the outside and goes for Holm out front. Let's see. Oh, he cases the triple. He's going to tuck inside. Holm swings outside. Fjellberg trying to block the line. No, does he get it? No. Holm fights back. Look at Leclerc getting blocked as I think that's Carlin on the 12. No, it's Cohenauer on the 13 with Siebold on the 19. We got 5 riders going at it out front here in Daytona.
Yeah, these guys are crazy, and they're all sending it. Look up the inside. We got Leclerc going to go in.
Yeah, Fjellberg trying to cut back underneath, almost into the back of him, and now, oh, baby, it's Leclerc Holm 1-2.
Oof, and Fjellberg stacked that double up out of the corner. I didn't like your start, Dalton, but thank you for the $2 donation. It was kind of funny, though. Adam Holm here, though. We have an intense battle for the lead all the way back to about 5th. It's super close, but Adam Holm is gapping these guys, and I'm just not sure if he can hold on to it. We've seen Leclerc with Adam Holm's performances earlier. They were looking a little bit sketchy, and Leclerc just looked unbeatable almost. In his heat race, at least. He's going to double into the corner there, and he's gaining some time up here on Holm. Let's see where he decides to try to make the move.
You know, one thing we didn't talk about with Leclerc missing 2 rounds at the beginning of the season and missing the first main event of the year, it put him so far at a disadvantage that he was essentially out of the championship. Not that he's going to be back in it, but this Russ Chapman ban has definitely made a possible comeback for the championship alive for Leclerc as he goes to the lead in the whoops, absolutely blitzing by Holm. Holm has no response as he's trying to fight back around the outside, and here comes Siebold on the 19 getting into the mix.
Siebold coming in hot, going to hit that triple. He's got the preferred line. Looks like coming into this corner, Adam Holm's going to be on that tight inside line. Leclerc's actually tucking in there, but he's got corner speed unlike no other. Siebold sliding out, and we have Holm blowing that corner, but still trying to give chase to Leclerc. I wonder what Leclerc can do here if he can get checked out. It's been so crazy here early. We haven't even been able to touch on any of our other championship contenders around. I see back around 8th or 9th place, Colton Mitchell there, who's second in points. But Siebel up front looks like he's going to be the one who's going to try to keep this red plate that he's basically got here since Rush's ban for being a dummy. Look, Chase B, though, solid 4th place start after coming through the LCQ. Maybe got him some extra track time that's going to let him get accustomed to the track. Fjellberg still back here fighting with Jeremy Kohenauer.
Yeah, they're going to go side by side almost into the whoops and into the wall jump as they're battling it out. Colton Mitchell has found his way up inside of the top 10. Our second place man in points, having to fight forward every single week, it seems. Last week he even came back from a bad start. We got riders crashing everywhere before the finish line jump. Was that Sean Klein that's down on the face there, I think?
Yes, sir. Reed Young, Race Carlin
Here's
coming
Gebhardt
by.
way back here, too.
So far back, and
Gebhardt's
he's off.
down.
He takes out Lane. And we still haven't seen Jack Haley, so Jack Haley's just coming through right now. Jack Haley moving up. Wow, so he's 7 points back in the championship.
He's 14th on the track right now, too.
Siebel, and he's 14th on the track. And Siebel is trying to work his way up into second around his teammate Adam Holmes, way up there in 3rd place. So that's going to be interesting to see. Like, that's such a big points gain if Mitchell cannot make up spots, and if Jack also gets stuck back there. Siebel's going to come back with the red plate and a pretty solid lead here, because Holm and Leclerc are totally not in this at all.
Yeah, Siebel, even if he wins tonight, will still not actually take the points lead just yet from Chapman, as we still wait to hear how long Chapman will actually be banned for, but likely the rest of Supercross. So Siebel not going to have the red plate next week, even if he wins, but definitely trying to get as many points from his competitors as he can. And like we discussed with with Leclerc missing the first couple rounds of the year, honestly doesn't really need to be a factor in this championship discussion just yet, with Siebel battling for second on home. This is almost like a pass for the lead, if you will, because Leclerc is not in this championship fight right now.
Yeah, exactly. And Holmes not too close, but Siebel really just needs to extend as many points as he can on the other guys. This is going to be a 2-point swing right here if he can get it. And look at that corner speed, just diving to the inside. These 450s using so much more of the outsides and middle ruts than we've seen. You see him doubling in there to the middle, going to go outside here. 250 guys, I feel like could have picked up on that, even though they have less power. They seem to have been going to the inside more. And Siebel's actually looks like he might have gained some time, or if Leclerc wasn't as far out as I thought he was. Look at these guys, how they attack that wall, just barely clipping the top, sitting down, soaking it all in. Going to do the same thing right here. Not as good of an attempt there. Ooh, still able to grease that triple though.
Nice.
And look how close. We have only 3.4 seconds. Diving to the inside.
I feel like if you can get those inside lines clean, you can gain time. But
I feel
you
like
have
it's
to get
so
them
rare.
really good.
Look how far they launch into the face of
Leclerc
that
off the track
wall.
up front a little bit.
Yeah, Leclerc getting sketchy. Siebel, look at that, jumping into that little pocket, cutting over through the small moguls. These guys have so much racecraft, so much ability to break down the track here.
I want to see these lap times. This is going to be an insane lap right here for Siebel.
Siebel hitting that triple around the corner. He's going to jump, not going to go double to the inside. Use those bumps to help him get slowed down here. Gaining 2 seconds now. The gap to Leclerc. Leclerc scrubbing that wall a little bit weird. He's going to lose even more time. Let's see what they come across the line as.
30.8.
Followed by a 34.8. So he gained 4 seconds that lap on Leclerc.
Holy smokes.
He is on the move.
Let's stick on board with Siebel here, because I want to see
I love it.
if he keeps closing down.
But...
Leclerc down out front, and Siebel hits him. Siebel into the back of him. They're both trying to get going slowly in the sand, but it's Siebel to the lead, and he goes down. He tucks the front wheel before the Supercross triple. Just as he took the lead, Leclerc takes it right back, and Holm goes back in a second.
I can't believe it. Siebel donkey punched him coming into that corner, able to make the pass, though, and then just maybe thrown off a little bit, and just how he came into that corner, just pushed it too hard, tucked it, came in really weird. And man, he put in so much work the last 7 minutes to gain as much time, get around his teammate home, and try to get up past Leclerc. He was finally able to do it due to a mistake, and it's all thrown all away again. And look at that, Leclerc with another pretty good gap on home.
Yeah, Holm trying to go back to work. Siebel only drops back to second for what it's worth. Colton Mitchell now right behind him as well. So Mitchell's done a really good job to charge all the way up to fourth now, and still so much of this race left to go. We still have 12 minutes and a lap left on the clock as Chase Blakely settles into fifth, Kohenauer sixth. Jack Haley's all the way up to seventh, so Jack Haley making good strides through the field as well. He was down at 14th last time we saw him, Ash Deering and Jeremy Smith right now inside of the top 10. Let's go back and find Walter Gebhardt. How deep in the field is he? Looks like he's about 16th spot, battling with Sean Klein, and Klein takes him out. Klein saying, no thank you, Mr. Gebhardt.
Yeah.
Puts him on the deck and losing so many more spots there on the 5.
That almost looked like payback. So Gebhardt's not in this championship at all. I wonder if him and Klein were getting into it, battling throughout the track. But, man, he really had so much speed and dominance. Look at this. And he's just going to ride this out cleanly. Just cruising. But, man, bad start. You get into it with some guys, and it just, look how much it can affect you. I really thought he was going to be able to take the win after his dominant performance in his heat race. But just getting himself off into a bad position, really going to hurt him. Let's see, what P is he in back here?
20th right now.
20th.
Trying to make a pass to go to 17th on 3 riders at once, but still.
Moved into 19th, 18th there. Oh, we got
Braden Carter
going backwards.
Oh, look at Gebhardt wheeling off the wall into the whoops and making the pass
into
almost.
The finish. D Mills
Spencer
right
Turley
there.
On the 56.
Yeah, so he's past Turley. D Mills is going to be right in front of him. They both funnel into these outside lines. It's beginning to get a little bit one line through this sand section, but this is so tough. But we do have this outside, middle, and inside, as you see. There. Good for him not to follow. D Mills tucked his front, and he was able to make the pass. So,
again, 16th.
Gaining some spots. Chase B up front, though, losing it. And Mitchell has done an incredible job at coming back from an atrocious start. And so this is going to be big news. Siebel is only 2 points in front of Mitchell in the championship.
Oh, and Leclerc's lost the lead. Adam Holm has gone to the front. Something happened to Leclerc out front, and we have a new leader. It is Adam Holm out front in Daytona, still looking for, I believe, an elusive win here in Supercross. I know he won a race back in 2018, but didn't get it done last year, and now leading the way from Alexis Leclerc, outdoor specialist 1 and 2 right now in Daytona.
Yeah, these guys. Yeah, these guys have some history. Definitely some hard-fought championship battles between the two. But Leclerc looking so good. He's got so much more speed. Look at that going through the whoops. Probably 5th gear. That's what Leclerc does. And you saw him blow by earlier. He's still carrying that speed, but with all that speed comes getting a little bit more sketchy. And this is such a close battle up here.
Leclerc launching a little bit deeper off of the single, but scrubs it down and gets to the inside. Let's see if he can make the move. He's trying to shut the door on Holm, and he does. Ooh. He gets that inside. Here comes Seabolt, though. All 3 riders nose to tail out front. And remember, Colton Mitchell not too far off these guys.
Yeah, exactly. So Seabolt's going to go for a 2-second gain here as we see Leclerc scrubbing and sending the wall. The other guys behind him. If Seabolt gets into second, that's going to be another 2-point swing over Gebhardt.
Oh, and down contact.
And
Adam Holm. How he stayed on 2 wheels, I will never know, but Jeremy Seabolt has gone to the lead. Colton Mitchell goes to second. Leclerc has coughed away the lead yet again.
Yes, sir. So this is way more interesting. Seabolt has been looking great in the final stages here. Looks like Adam Holm just might have got Mitchell back in second coming through that corner. No, Mitchell was able to get the drive through the whoops. So right now, this is going to be a huge swing in the championship. It's either going to be, if it finishes like this, Seabolt's going to finish 5 points out front, or if Mitchell's able to make the pass, gain those 3 points, he's going to be able to be 1 spot ahead. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens here. These guys are fighting for the basically the red plate, even though we not sure if they're really going to have it unless we make sure that Rush is going to be banned for a longer time. Maybe these guys can run it next week, but wow, this is your championship hunt right here.
Through the whoops right now. Just gliding across the top of them. They're putting the 87 of Speck a lap down. Mitchell almost tucked the front wheel. Leclerc has got back around Holm for 3rd. So the 7 is on a charge right now. He wants to go after this lead again if he can.
Yeah, he definitely has the speed to do it. Only a 31.8 fastest to Seabolt's 30. But, I mean, these guys, they're not running that consistently. You saw with a fall off, he ran a 38 last lap. Or he had a bad slide out on the wall backwards. So lost so much time. But look at how these guys are charging, and they're just going to send it. Just gonna send it. And man, these guys are nuts. Blowing that corner a little bit though. You gotta be so perfect to run with these guys. Every little mistake is gonna amount in some time lost.
And Leclerc putting in such a good smooth couple sections here, trying to close up time, but actually losing time at the end of it all now. Gaining it back into the whoops. The whoops have been amazing tonight.
Carries so much speed.
I want to see what he does in that second set, though, because he's carrying a lot of speed off the triple. I'd really love to know what he's doing.
Yeah, I think he's going to be either first or fifth. It looks like he carries them in and uses that engine braking in the whoops. First gear is really stable. But I feel like in that long set, he's probably clicking fifth and lugging it or holding it wide open.
Oh, Holm gets back on by down the inside. Leclerc was making a couple of mistakes, and the 17 machine takes advantage.
Yes, sir. So Holm is going to get that spot. Let's see as we come in here. I'm cranking my neck as these guys go in the ruts. Let's see as he comes into the whoops.
Second gear, so a gear higher than his first gear run, but man, is he fast. He's out of shape this time, though.
Yeah, but still gaining some time up here. Let's see, he's going to jump into that middle rut, see if he can get a drive. No, he's going to lose some time there in the corner. Look how fast he is at clipping the top of that wall, though. Leclerc's doing that like none other out here.
Holm just trying to hold on to the position. They're all funneling that inside now. I think everybody's just protecting lines at this point.
Yeah, and they're getting deep, so they're getting built up a little bit to where they're going to hold the guys a little bit more, make less mistakes as the race goes on, as opposed to normally you see a rut gets deeper, it's going to make it harder for the guys. It actually kind of helps here in Sim. So look at Leclerc just kind of yo-yoing on the back of Adam Holm here. These guys, so Leclerc's 8 seconds off the lead. Holm in front of him 7 seconds off, and Mitchell through.
Holm down.
Hard out of the gator pit.
Yeah. Let's pick back up front at the gap. It is Siebold still leading as we hit 14:35 on the clock as they cross the line this time. Colt Mitchell looks like he's only 3 seconds down, maybe over the line this time by. So definitely still close and within striking distance if something were to happen. Leclerc back in third, Holm in fourth. How about Chase Blakely quietly putting together a really good ride here in fifth and has a shot at a podium here as the closing set of the race is coming up here.
Yeah, it's kind of sucked that we haven't talked about him too much. Look, he's got the hashtag DCope, RIP DCope, not making the main here tonight. But he had to go through the LCQ. He didn't have a very good heat, but he came out swinging in the LCQ, got some extra time on the track, and he looks so good here in this main event. We haven't talked about him because he's been outside of this main battle, the championship battle. But Chase B is absolutely killing it, looking like Jason Anderson out there. He's got some style. He's running the replica Rockstar Husky gear and bike setup, and he's just looking good. So really pumped for Chase B out there, holding it down, just slow and steady. It's kind of good to have a night where nobody talks about you. Like, he's probably not pumped that he's not on the podium, but to see him out here, he's getting some good points. He's having a good ride, and he's not having to really deal with anybody or have any drama. So that's pretty cool to see. Let me see. Did I just see something in the back? Jack Haley has moved into sixth place.
Yeah, Jack Haley is moving.
So he has done a huge salvage job. We saw him in like 16th earlier. So what a great job, able to come up through the pack.
Salvage ride for sure.
Yeah, huge salvage job. He's 7 points back on Siebel, 5 points back on Mitchell coming into this. So those guys are definitely going to gain points on him, but hey, finishing in 6th is going to be a lot better than finishing in 16th where he was earlier in the race. Good to see Jack Haley trying to keep it together and keep himself in this title hunt. We still have, is this round 10?
Yeah, round 10 is Adam Holm, so we'll now falling back outside of his top 4 position, back into Haley's clutches. Oh, Haley going to try to peek under the inside here. Oh, does he get the drive? Holm trying to fight back around the outside.
Oof.
Might hold that spot. Haley going far inside. Look at Holm carry the speed around the outside there and keep the position. So many different lines developing later in the race here.
Yeah, pretty interesting to see. And look at the drive by Haley through the whoops. Not able to get all the way upside. But there he does. He uses the fast line on the wall. He's going to take over that.
Still bar to bar. Holm ripped
gosh.
the rut. Haley got the inside so clean, and Holm still did it better on the outside. Oh, this is going to get close. Oh, Haley down. Holm into the side of him on the jump face.
Yeah, looked like Holm with a little bit of a cross jump Carl there action. Not really sure. It looked like they both drifted a little bit, but Holm definitely put a little bit more into it. Kind of bummer there. That was going to be some big points for Jack to get back. We're moving back up in front. We got Chase B.
Looks like Leclerc's still up here with Colton Mitchell, and Mitchell was a little closer to Siebold. Siebold's opened that gap up with 2 minutes and a lap left to go, and it's actually Mitchell who's under attack from Leclerc here with the probably about 3 laps still to go here, I would say.
Let's see. Yep, looks like it's going to be about that. They just came through with 2 minutes to go, so probably a long, what did you say, 3 laps? 4 laps? A long time on this track. This track's getting beat up. This track's rough. It's taking people down. This 450 class, though, they're so insane with how consistent they can be. These whoops, just, if you haven't played this track here tonight, you're just watching the racing, go try to hit those whoops.
Yeah,
Brutal. It's not fun. It's very hard. So the fact that you see these guys, they're going to be going about 23 minutes here tonight and just hitting the whoops so many times, and they're so consistent, and the speed they're carrying is just insane. I wish they would post the broken down track so people could also race post 450
they used to do
mains.
that.
They did for outdoors. I don't know, RF just not I guess into that anymore. But let's see, we're seeing some mistakes by Mitchell here, so Mitchell really needs these points. He needs to stay close and lose as few as possible as he can to Siebold, as he's 5 points down in the championship where he stands right now. He would lose another 2 to Leclerc, and he's going to slide out coming onto the start straight.
Yeah, Leclerc definitely was catching him pretty quickly there, but that little mistake may cost him the chance at going after him for that position. 2 laps to go this time by, as time will expire on this lap coming up right now. It is still Siebold out front trying to win for the 2nd week in a row, and with it basically extend his points lead, even though he's not going to have the red plate after this one.
Yeah, so what happens? So Rush is going to be banned for next week too. Indefinite. It'll probably be a year or 2 or probably forever. Mm-hmm. So is he still allowed, if he's out of the series, is he allowed to run the red plate? I mean, there's enough points.
What question is that? What do you mean?
Like
Siebold, can he run the red plate, you mean?
Yeah, he should. Because Rush is leading. So. He's 1 more point, and they're still going to be ahead, but Rush is out. He's nixed from the series.
I just think it's going to be a case that until Siebold actually has his name at the top of the points table, he won't run the red plate.
I guess.
Would be my guess.
I guess it.
13-second lead, though, as he's going to come and take the white flag next time by.
Ooh.
Leclerc out here is in front of Mitchell, so Mitchell must have gone down somewhere. He's lost quite a bit of time. Chase Blakely still lurking back here. Jack Haley has 5th spot. Looks like that's where he's going to end up unless Adam Holm can dethrone him from that position. Yeah,
people asking in chat what happened. Rush was getting a little bit sketchy in our Europe race. He was... ooh, you see Haley try to wheelie over that out of the gator pit? That was interesting. He was already on a strict... tight rope, and
he's racing with a provisional license after being suspended for over a year before that.
Yeah, and then he had already had some warnings from other things that he really shouldn't have gotten, and then was just being dumb. Thought he was playing around, but I know that Walter Gebhardt, who he was taking out, really didn't take it lightly, was bummed, and submitted a protest, and he was punished accordingly. So Russ Chapman showed he didn't have, I guess, the maturity and the standard that the 450 class here at RF Racing tries to hold itself to. So he is going to be out of competition for a very long time. But hey, we still got so many heavy hitters up here. I know he was exciting to watch, but so are these guys here, man. Leclerc is absolutely insane. Siebold killing it. He's going to get his 3rd or 4th win?
4th win, I believe, of the year.
Of the year in 10 rounds. So Siebold, I mean, it wasn't really my choice coming in for the title, but definitely making himself
put
known.
Walter Gebhardt a lap down there, too.
Yeah, Gebhardt, he's got to be
somewhere outside of the top 10, that's for sure.
Very far.
Siebold picking up huge points right now towards the championship. And on his way to win number 4 on the season, he's got to go through the whoops one more time. But I think even if he falls, Leclerc won't quite get to him, as Gebhardt's going to go bar to bar with him down the finish line. I think Gebhardt's trying to get his lap back. But either way, Jeremy Siebold has won the Daytona Supercross as he takes his 4th win of the season, extends his points lead over the rest of the field. Leclerc comes across 2nd. Colton Mitchell going to end up on the podium for the 2nd week in a row in 3rd. And Chase Blakely, a quietly solid night here in 4th. It's always interesting to me. Blakely seems to have amazing rides on a 450, but continues to drop down and race the 250. as he's going to come to the line here and finish up 4th.
Yeah, I think it's just preference. And then more so, let's see, a nice little whip there by Chase B. Jack Haley coming across the line in 5th. So not going to lose too much here. So he's going to power down and wheelie his way to the finish line.
Adam Holm
just likes the 250. Adam Holm here in 6th. Solid ride for him.
Looks like he's going to pick up 7th if Kohenauer can't beat him to the line. This is going to be a drag race between teammates. Oh, Kohenauer sent the wall too hard. He's not going to get the drive, but he wheelies the entire set of whoops. That's pretty sick. 8th for Kohenauer, but a nice wheelie over the whoops there at the end. Lang looked like he was doing the same thing. Wilcox going to end up inside of the top 10 on the 27. Fjellberg ends up 11th. Ash Deering looks like he is going to hit the line 12th. 13th here for Reed Young. Jeremy Smith is in 14th. Braden Carter wants it. Or maybe Braden Carter doesn't want it. I think he's 2 laps down, perhaps.
Sends it. Turley Smith. Oh, my jeez.
Braden Carter launching the wall.
Where's he going? Where's he going? He rode it out.
He rode it out.
He just hits the hole, I think.
Jeremy Smith
can't believe
his
it.
mind is blown. He just has to stop and think about what he just saw right there. That was insane. I wish I could just go back right now and see and switch to him and watch. I could reload the demo, but we'll be here for an hour.
You should have. Gebhardt trying to mad skills to the finish line. I know. I just thought it would be funny to see him drop, but
you never saw him drop. He landed on the backside of the whoops.
And I heard in my right leash chain.
My right leash.
Going into my ear, onto my right ear, I heard a motor when it hit the ground, and I was like, he landed it.
Yeah, that was insane.
Oh, my gosh. So let's see cuts here tonight,
All
boys.
right. Siebel, Leclerc, Mitchell, Blakely, Haley confirmed as the top 5. Let's look through the field, see. Actually, Failberg gets 10th on Wilcox on cuts.
Braden Carter is an animal.
And I think that's it. Carter ends up 20th, but clearly highlight of the night, jumping the wall and downsiding the whoops there at the end. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, we'll get a GIF. I'm sure there's going to be a GIF in the RF Discord in like 0.2 seconds. So maybe if we talk a second, answer some questions, we could check for that. But oh my god,
what a night of racing here in Daytona, round 10 of MotoOption Supercross, live on Start Your Systems. We only have 7 rounds left to go, and this championship is wide freaking open, A-Wood, in both classes.
Wide Clyde. It's interesting. So we saw Siebel taking the dub, Mitchell getting 3rd, so that's going to be a 5-point swing right there. So now we have Colton Mitchell 7 points back in this championship as we take a look at the grandstand of the World Center of Racing. Thank you for the subscription. Who was it?
I actually didn't see. It was probably a follow, though, because I don't have sub set up. But, yeah, thanks, guys.
Popped up, but thank you, guys. It looked like it said Tyler Rosa. But, I'm like, that's not him. So 7 points back. Haley going to be another, I don't know, a lot. So, Haley is probably going to be somewhere in the 14, 15 points back range. Chase.
Yeah, this is going to be crazy.
Chase B, congrats on your ride.
Saw Christopher McPherson in chat, by the way, asked if there's any other sim players that qualified for the sim race and real race the same week. Yeah, Jeremy Smith has definitely done that before.
Mm-hmm.
I know Matt Burkeen.
Probably Burkeen.
Burkeen's done it. I'm trying to think
that's
of a couple
about
others.
It. That's all we got.
I mean, it just depends on what you classify. It depends on what you classify as a sim player, like someone who races this race, you think?
Yeah, I think they mean someone who is qualified for the top 4 night show here, and then the top 40 in the night show, either in Supercross. I don't know if we've had anybody do it in Supercross, so.
I think JS4's done it.
Really? I thought he kind of.
Oh, you mean for like the main event?
No, I just meant top 40. I don't know.
That JS4 has been in top 40 and raced sim races the week before.
I didn't know he was an outdoor guy. I've seen him in outdoors. Burkeen was an outdoor guy. Default demo. That's
we're
a
missing
long time
somebody.
ago.
James Cohen raced outdoors and raced on here.
I have no idea who that is.
Jeez, A-Wood, man, come on. You're supposed to know these people.
I just know the important people. Just kidding.
Hector Asuncao didn't do it the same night, but he has been racing Supercross this year.
Shredding.
Yeah.
He's sick. Asuncao, shout out Asuncao. He used to be a sicko in this game, so that's cool.
I think we're probably missing some, but
I don't know. But shout out if you're that good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Any
Are
questions?
we still waiting for this
GIF?
GIF, Haywood, or are we going?
We're gonna do
everyone
it.
wants to wait for this GIF and see if
I'm
we're
gonna
see
do a little peep action.
Braden Carter launching the wall. I'm not sure how fast someone's gonna be able to get that, but anyway, yeah. Thanks again so much, everybody, for stopping by, watching round 10 of MotoOption Supercross live here on Start Your Systems. Kellen Brauer, Andrew Wood, in the booth. As always, week after week, bringing you guys the fun and exciting action of MX Simulator Professional Racing. Good to see how many people we had dropping by tonight. It was a really solid stream. A lot of people dropping some good hints in the chat. Did you?
Effort's got it. It's on Discord, RF Discord, Bottle in general.
But he got the stream version.
No, he didn't.
No, that's the streamed version.
Oh, Alex, that doesn't help us.
I could go back and watch the stream
I know.
version.
Well, that's what I told. It's all right. You know.
It's fine.
Next week we're gonna lead with that because that was just so cool.
Oh wait, Braden Carter says Zoa is clipping it. All right, we'll wait.
Zoa's clipping. We'll wait because that was epic.
Show this.
Braden Carter, you told me to call you for a whole shot. You
Daytona disappointment.
You were my Daytona disappointment this year. You know, earlier it was me trying to play this track with any sort of skill. It was the disappointment that I could never qualify for an RF Supercross night show again if I wanted to. In the 450 class, at least 250, I could probably.
Brody asked Kellen who won the 2018 RF Championship. 2018 was Leclerc, I think, both indoors and out, right? Leclerc definitely won outdoors that year. I think he won indoors. Yeah, indoors and out. Alexis Leclerc.
Yeah, I don't.
I like RC Car Chaos adding Donut and saying you're my fave YouTuber right in my chat, just putting it all out there, just right in my face, just like dagger heart. Just, oh man, I'm kidding. Donut's a great YouTuber, but people that come on chats.
I have a question.
And do that. That's
why
funny.
is there such bad attendance here at the Daytona race? There's like 8 people in the stands.
Hold on. Wait, let's do a little fly around here.
Sure. Oh, so we have. Oh, maybe those are just so those are just the ones that you can see. The other ones are statues, so you can't see them from the back.
You mean like in the grandstands?
Yeah, so in the grandstands.
Is packed.
So if you fly up and behind them, though, I think that's what we couldn't see.
Probably.
Oh, maybe we could only see. Yeah, see?
Yeah, it looks like
just
there's like
a couple
nobody.
billboards up there.
So these are statues then, or
yeah,
billboards?
But who do we got here? Who do we? Let's take a look. Let's do some people watching. Here we go. We got a clip. We got a clip. It's gonna be in Discord. So
RF?
we will pull that up. RF Discord general at the bottom. You're a sicko. I mean, I was doing that while I was warming up for the stream tonight. I just want to let you guys know that.
RF Discord General at the bottom.
That one.
All right. Let's open this up in a new window.
And we'll try to get it. Can we get it full screen? Or?
Yep. Working on it. All right. Let's full screen it. Let's take a look at Braden Carter launching the wall on the last lap.
Almost goes over the bars, sends the wall, and he's going to go all the way to the very last whoop.
Oh my God, dude. You're kidding me. Let's watch it again. That's insane. Are you serious? How do you perfectly downside the last whoop there?
Like,
that's incredible.
In a race situation.
Oh. My goodness.
Can we just...
One more time.
One more time.
Yeah, you're right. He almost went over the bars and then
saves it and then gets the double whip.
Perfectly
downsides.
Oh my goodness, that was sick.
Cow!
That was sick. Applause, Braden Carter, for last lap send in the whoops right there. I like that. All right, folks, we're gonna leave you guys here now. At the end of the night, it is over from Daytona. The time is ticking down.
This interview is over.
This interview is over. Time ticking down on the Race Factory clock, but appreciate you guys again so much for dropping by every single week, always giving us support. It's been a huge, huge year for us here at Start Your Systems, and can't thank you guys enough. Any final thoughts, Haywood?
I love you guys.
I love you guys too.
It was great racing. Thank you guys for being here each and every week. Little shake up in points, 250. Little shake up or an extension, 450. So can't wait to be back here next Wednesday for you guys streaming, watching. It says they're saying we gotta watch one more.
Wait, the second one?
Yeah, it's
Oh, wait.
Oh, it's just this. It's just one of.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we can give you small screen.
Yeah, whatever.
That was
So
that was pretty
plopped in
gnarly. I
there.
haven't seen that in a while. All right.
All right, we're done.
We're done.
Folks. Thanks again, everybody, so much for stopping by. From Kellen Brauer here to A-Wood alongside of me and all of us here at Start Your Systems. We thank you guys so much for watching round 10 of the MotoOption Supercross series. We'll see you guys next week.
See ya.
Thank you.